ecological issues. They affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
Folks, so you're receiving my transmission. It seems to be coming through quiet. Let me boost the signal. Boost. Testing. Test. There, that's a little bit better. Folks, I want to get close. I want to come close like the dude here. Get a little intimate and interactive. Thank you for joining me tonight. What the hell is it? Tuesday night? Were you on Tuesday? It's Tuesday there. That's where we're at. Tuesday night, folks. I'm going to do a stream. Just a little reminder. This Thursday, I have other commitments. I will not be able to do a Weirdo Wonderland. So that's why we're here tonight. At least we do something. Tomorrow I got stuff going on too, so I don't want to promise another stream. Of course, if something crazy happens, we'll do our best to get the news to you. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to just get caught up just a little bit with the whole Von Helton situation, because I haven't been watching much. So I got a few things to take a look at. I want to thank people for shooting me some links and keeping me in the loop of what's going on. I do appreciate it. I don't want to be that guy, though, but I do have to mention, just one more time, I appreciate the links, but if you're going to just say, Von Helton said this, and then give me a link to like a 3 or 4 hour, live stream with no reference or approximation of what I'm looking for, chances are I ain't going to find it, because I ain't got time to sift through it. But I do appreciate the people that did send links and some timestamps and some things going on. So we're going to take a look at that. We got a little bit of rage, some frustration and rage over on G-Man. That has been producing, some gold nuggets of Von Helton and his lunacy. So we're going to take a look at that, where he gets frustrated and rage quits. What else we got cooking over here in the links? We got some Odyssey stuff. We got Todd the Toad, so I'm sure that'll be interesting. And then I think this is the newest one from today, Vaughn and John 2 clarification. We'll try to take a look at that. We got some stuff here. We got some rage over here. But first of all, starting the evening, folks, we have some advice from Emo Howling Wolf, who apparently is watching the Von Helton streams. So, there's that. Emo is back, baby. He's got some advice here. So we'll start that off as people ease their way in to the room. Get comfortable. We're here for a good time, not a long time, but one more time. There will be no Weirdo Wonderland this Thursday, at least as far as I know right now. I have commitments, so we're gonna just take a little foray through the little frolic through the interwebs here and get caught up, and we're kicking it off with Emo. Take it away. Here we go, folks. Ciao.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever the case may be in your part of the world. I am Justin Emo Halliwell. Just got done watching a live stream by Von Helton, and he was having a little bit of mic trouble in his live stream. Now, for some reason, his condenser mic wasn't working, so he switched over to one of these microphones. The problem with these microphones, see, condenser mic, you can talk into it from the side. You can talk to it through the back end. But this type of microphone, you can only talk into it one way, because it's directional. Condenser microphones are omnidirectional, where no matter where the sound is around the microphone, a condenser microphone will pick it up.
So actually, in the most simple terms, Emo's actually correct on what he's talking about. So yes, that would be considered a dynamic microphone. That particular model is a Shure SM57, and they're typically used up close to things like snare drums and toms on drums. And they are commonly used. They are a workhorse microphone, folks, because they're designed to take a lot of sound pressure, a lot of air being moved against its diaphragm. And it is omnidirectional, so it cancels out noise behind it and whatnot. It's kind of like a natural gate. You can use it for vocals and things, and it sounds good. It's a really nice sounding mic. It's a professional microphone. But Emo is actually correct here. It is probably not the best option, especially if Von Helton's an idiot and he's talking into it from the side, because the whole point is it cancels out those sounds. It's got a very narrow spectrum. Anyways, I digress.
It switches over to this microphone, and I don't have a clip, so I'm going to have to use a paper towel roll and an adjustable wrench to simulate what he was doing. So he gets his mic stand out, the mic stand that he does karaoke, and he puts his microphone on the stand like this, with his clip like this, right? And then he goes to talk, and John's like, I can't hear you, Vaughn. You're too low. The only way to talk into this mic is this way. That's the only way that you can talk to the mic. So what Von Helton didn't realize, okay? What Von Helton didn't realize, all that clip, the clip he had at the end of his microphone boom, this being his microphone boom, okay? What you should have did, and I'm going to drop this mic so I can fucking free hands. This is the way he had it in the boom. What you should have did is took the piece and bent it down like this. The microphone clip, he should have bent down like that. Then the boom being the adjustable wrench here, he could have turned the boom. Like if you were talking, that would be aimed at you. Or if I'm talking, I could have turned it this way, and now it would be aimed at me. Because that's the position your fucking mic clip has to be in. It has to be that way, not this way, Vaughn. You had it this way in your live stream. It needs to be horizontal. I mean, vertical, not horizontal. You had it horizontal. It needs to be vertical. Because once you get it vertical, then you can put the mic in here, and it would sit this way. And then you can turn it into yourself. You get my drift? I know I'm not an octopus, so I can't. It was kind of hard to hold that, but you get my drift. If this microphone is in that clip, and he takes the clip and bends it this way, and then turns the boom, guess what? Now I'm speaking into the mic in the right direction, Vaughn. This is what you needed to do. This is the angle your mic clip needs to be in. With the angle of this paper towel. This being your boom, this being your clip. Then you can turn the boom and adjust the mic to the angle of where your fucking face is. Till next time, me, Mulholland Wolf out.
All right, so that's Emo. He's actually, someone pointed out, he's actually smarter than Vaughn in this regard. So let's back this up. I don't know where, he looks like he's getting ugly, but we're going to watch a bit of this. This is from the other night, and it goes about as expected. Vaughn gets angry. This is G-Man, his epic debate arena, number 9. And let's watch this meeting of the minds as Von Helton gets increasingly frustrated. And if you want to watch the whole thing, I don't know if you guys know of something, if you see it, say something. I don't know if there's something previous to this we should be watching, but we'll just start here randomly. And I know by the end he gets a little hot.
Of your gods, which one is the most powerful?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's a good question, and I've already answered it 1,000,000 times. But let me answer it 1,000,001 times. They do not like names. They do not like names. They do not like position. They do not like being put in a pigeonhole or put in a box. They do not like to be assigned things. They do not like human names, human attributes, or human anything because they're not human, and they don't like that stuff. And I agree with them 100%. I mean, how would you like it, John? How would you like it, John, if I kept calling you Larry all the time? Would you like that? Would that be okay? No. Eventually, you get mad at me and say, "Hey, my name's not Larry, it's John." Okay. Likewise, they, for thousands of years, these entities were given the wrong names, the wrong attributes, all that jazz, and it was done wrongly, and it was done by my own fellow pagans. By the way,
don't they want to give their name or reveal it to you?
They don't have names. They don't want names. Now,
how do they talk to each other?
Do they?
I heard Slanesh was the most powerful one.
Lupus, quit. You're not helping Lupus. Okay.
What if one god
if they have a name, you and I couldn't pronounce it anyway. So
what if one god wanted to talk to another god? What they say, "Hey, you."
That's not my problem, and it's none of my business. See, there you go. It's none of my business.
That was funny. That was funny.
It's none of my business what they do. That's not my business. See, there you go, being a typical troll. You want to stick your nose in other people's business. It ain't none of your business what they do. It ain't none of my business what they do.
You're right. It's none of my business what the imaginary that you believe in do.
If you got one deity talking to another deity, and mind you, I'm going by your own words now, Vaughn. I'm going by your own words. They don't know each other's names. They don't know each other's attributes.
I did not say that.
Wait. Hold on a minute. They don't know each other's names, attributes. They don't know each other's identities or anything like that. What kind of conversation you're gonna have? I think AU is actually a pretty good way about going about doing it.
That's not what I said.
So you saying that gods know each other's names?
Totally misrepresented.
Their names are only vowels.
You said they didn't have names.
Their names are not relevant to us at all. They have names? Yes, they probably do. But can we pronounce them? And are they relevant to what we have to do on this earth? No.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Vaughn. I got a question for you. Okay, just calm down. Look, eclectic paganism. How is it greater than Christianity, and why are they worthy to be worshipped?
Why are
we don't know nothing about them?
Worshipped. Well, let's see. What did Christianity do for me? Killed my 2 sons, destroyed.
I didn't ask you what Christianity do for you. I asked you, why are these eclectic pagan gods worthy of worship?
I'm getting there if you'll let me.
Please don't talk about what the
Christianity destroyed every facet of my life. It literally destroyed every facet of my life. I reached out to these gods because these gods said that they would restore everything that had been taken.
And they didn't do it. So answer the question. Why are they worthy to be worshipped?
Because they're doing what they said they would do.
No, they didn't. Are you a millionaire?
Dude, I just won a major victory in district court. Don't tell me they aren't on my side and that they aren't helping me, because I've got proof from an actual court case where they look.
Hold on a minute. Your gods have failed to kill. Listen to me. Your gods have failed to kill or incarcerate or do anything with the trolls, naysayers and haters and whatnot, which you've been saying for like the last 8 years that they was going to do something to them and they didn't do nothing yet. So why are they worthy to be worshipped, Vaughn?
The gods are just now getting started, bro. Okay, you're conflating time here again. All right, listen. The gods just gave me a huge victory in district court over these local problem. Okay, and the trolls are going to be dealt with. Trust me, they're going to be dealt with.
It was supposed to happen on the 18th, wasn't it?
What? Hey, you trolls wanted me to die over there in that single wide. I had no food, no electricity, no running water. I was going to die. And what did you try? And where was the Christians at? Oh.
Wasn't J-Dubs giving you money?
Amazingly silent. That's what they were.
Wasn't J-Dubs giving you money?
Came to my defense. Not one. Name them.
J-Dubs giving you money?
And how many Christians are there in the universe?
Came to my defense.
And how many Christians are there in the universe?
There's
how many Christians are there in the universe, Vaughn?
Smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt, and not one Christian.
Okay, so because not one Christian, that means no Christian. So that means every Christian in the universe heard about your position and therefore didn't care about you.
Perhaps they saw how you treated Mouse.
So that means that every Christian in the universe that exists heard about your issue and they deliberately ignored you. Gotcha. I got you.
You ever try asking a Christian?
Gotcha. I bet you. I guarantee he didn't ask a single Christian. I guarantee you, not a single Christian even knew about his situation.
Look it up. It's in the Bible.
I guarantee you, not a single Christian knew about his situation here. He's doing exactly what Nadia Chambers used to do all the time, always blaming Christians for the conditions that they live.
That'll help.
Nadia used to do the same.
The Good Samaritan.
Lubis, stop it! Stop, Lubis! Oh my gosh!
It's a troll.
He beat up Yoshi and then left the room.
Bruce is still backstage, by the way.
No, he
wait, G-Man. Didn't Nadia used to do the same thing?
Yep.
Right. She is, Nadia used to be like, I can't get a job because the Christians, I can't get a job.
She used to blame everyone.
I can't get a job.
You consider me a troll, right?
Yep, sure do.
Yeah. You do know I've never made one phone call.
You don't have to. All you got to do is give aid and comfort to those that do.
You really have a broad definition of what that is.
Yes.
Every person in the world gets given
left
aid
me
and
over in that single wide starving to death. Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did, buddy. I've got your own comments. I've got your comments saved to death, David Anthony.
They never spoke out.
Your comments saved to death, David Anthony. I got them saved to desk.
Go ahead.
Where you gave aid and comfort to the people. I'm over there
J-Dubs
starving to death. Literally starving to death. Literally, I almost died. I lost 35 pounds, folks.
Did you
I lost
ask me for
35
any
pounds
food,
because
Vaughn?
of people like David Anthony telling this government to take every dime of money I had away from me. I sure did.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I still don't know why your gods are worthy to be worshipped.
Listen. They got the frost to cut off my electricity, cut off my water, cut off my food stamps, and literally left me over there to.
Okay, and I understand that, Vaughn. But why are your gods worthy to be worshipped? You didn't answer my question yet.
Because the gods I serve are making it right, G-Man, which is something the Christian God hasn't been able to do, apparently.
What is he making right?
Wait. Vaughn, if the gods that you serve are making it right now, then where's the evidence of that?
Hold on! I said I just won a huge victory in district court. Why are you
How do you know? How do you know that there wasn't the God? How do you know there wasn't a different God?
Well, you're not listening. You're hearing me, but you ain't listening.
Did you pray to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob?
For the trolls, like David Anthony here. He doesn't know it. He doesn't believe it. I'm telling you, these trolls are all going to go to prison for what they've done to my family and what they've done to my mother.
I don't know
killed
your
my
family.
mother in cold blood because of assholes like this David Anthony, who shouldn't even be allowed in this camp.
Why didn't you give
Why
the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob a try to see if he would deliver you?
Oh my God!
All I'm trying to find out is
why you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Did you pray to him?
God.
Vaughn, you always said that you wanted to convert me to be a eclectic pagan, and I've been asking you the same question over and over and over again, and I ain't get a straight answer. I know why my God is worthy to be praised. I have no idea why your gods are, and you worship multiple of them. Okay,
that's it. I'm not going to worship God anymore. I'm going to make up 3 gods: Incan, Blinken, and Nod. Now, Vaughn, I want to know their names.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just going to say that your gods ain't worthy to be praised, and that your gods
haven't done anything
because you ain't got nothing nice to say about them.
I like how the non-believers, they just conveniently blame Christians for everything, don't they?
Yeah. So Vaughn,
in the middle of the
why are your gods worthy to be praised?
Literally, I'm literally living in the middle of the Bible Belt.
And that's why they're worthy to be praised.
Living around atheists.
Vaughn, why don't you become the best Christian?
Okay, guys. So VONHELTON is saying that klepton pagan gods is worthy to be worshipped because he lives in the Bible Belt. That's why they're worthy to be praised. Okay, Vaughn. I'm sorry, Vaun. Klepton paganism is ridiculous.
That's not what I said.
Okay, so why are they worthy to be praised?
Hey, Vaughn, I can validate the Bible. Look around the world today and then read the.
Hold on a minute, Star Killer. Why are your gods worthy to be praised, Vaughn?
I'll tell you why.
Fine.
I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because they told me that everything that the Christian God has done to screw my life up, they would fix. And they've started doing that little by little over time. And they're doing it right now, even as we speak. And it's going to be done. Everything that was taken from me, everything that was destroyed is going to be restored. Everything's going to be put back. And they've already started.
You know they're lying to you, right?
Yeah.
You know, well, G-Man, I'll tell you what, buddy. How about I pose a challenge to you?
Sure.
I got a prophecy out there called the butterfly prophecy. Mm-hmm. And that prophecy says that when the New World Order is destroyed and America is restored as a republic again, that there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of butterflies of all colors, shapes, and stripes. So when you see those butterflies, I want you to commit right now that you will transfer your flag to freedom religion and drop Christianity once and for all.
That's called spring.
Once and for all, G-Man. When you see those butterflies out there,
dreaming about
there won't be no other explanation other than my God.
Okay, you got a deal. You got a deal.
Freedom religion is the only answer when you see all them butterflies.
You got a deal, Vaughn. Vaughn, you got a deal. But now, Vaughn, you got to do something for me, Vaughn.
What have I got to do for you?
If the New World Order isn't destroyed,
that allowed my 2 sons to die. Worship a God that left me penniless and in debt.
I've heard this story a million times. Listen, okay? Here's what you got to do, Vaughn. Okay? When you find out that the Antichrist is on the scene and you find out that the New World Order isn't gone and you find out there is a new government system which is doing its thing as we speak and there are no butterflies and all of that, you have to drop collective paganism. You have to admit that you're a sinner, the worst of them, and you have to become a Bible-believing Christian. You have to defend the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you got to drop your imaginary, not your imaginary, you got to drop them demons that you're calling gods that you're following. All right.
Hey, G-Man, the Bible says that he's going to do that anyway, even if he dies in unbelief. It says all knees will bow and confess that Jesus is Lord.
When them butterflies show up, I'm expecting everyone in this room to convert to freedom religion.
You mean in spring?
Well,
you know what? You know why?
Take a look at the LGBT, Vaughn, and then look at Romans 1. And if Romans 1 says what it says is true, then you got to be a Christian.
Instead of listening.
Do you know why you need
Why?
to freedom of religion? Because nowhere in the Bible says anything about butterflies in the end times. Nowhere in the Quran. Nowhere in the Torah.
Look at
David.
The only religion that talks about butterflies in the end times is my religion. That's
called spring.
That's it. Okay,
Vaughn, do you remember when?
if you butterflies out your window by the thousands,
We
or
are in
hundreds
trouble.
of
There is
them,
already
and you
a
don't
flaw in that
convert, then you're
prophecy.
just being a hypocrite at that point.
Everyone's religion is wrong but Vaughn's. Do you know what?
I have one last
it is.
question for you, Vaughn. if
It
that's
is,
okay.
Admiral. It is. You're right.
Yeah, Revolver's asking a decent
Everyone's
question. Why
religion is
butterflies?
wrong.
Why
You're
not
right.
any other creature like aardvark or
I don't know, porcupines.
platypuses?
I don't.
Why not make it interesting, like jellyfish?
Yeah,
Vaughn,
why not
If I was
jellyfish?
going to
I like
make up
porcupines,
religion, I
especially
think I
when they
could
shoot the
come up
quills
with
at you,
something a
you
lot
know?
more interesting than butterflies. You know.
Hey, Vaughn, do you remember when Jesus fasted in the desert for 40 days? Do you remember what happened to him? He was tempted.
Yes, I remember that story.
Would you sell your soul to the devil to get everything you want?
No.
He
Thank
already
you.
has.
Why are you thinking that the gods I serve are demons? Oh, wait, because
They are.
King James says to kill all pagans.
No,
doesn't
I
it?
don't believe that
No,
anything
no,
has to do
Samaritan
with
doesn't say that.
religion.
No, it doesn't say that.
Vaughn, you
Kill
have,
pagans.
no,
That's what it says.
No,
no.
no, it doesn't. Jesus didn't say that.
In the
No,
New
Vaughn,
Testament,
Jesus didn't say that.
Kill all pagans.
Jesus
No,
didn't
it's a
say that.
Samaritan.
Where did
I don't
Jesus say
care
that,
what
Vaughn?
Jesus said. The Bible says.
No, we
kill
said
all
no,
pagans.
Jesus. No, we're
Okay,
going by
go back
Jesus.
to Vaughn.
No, we're going by what Jesus
Yes, it
says.
is.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
we
we're
don't
going
go
by
back,
what Jesus
we go
says.
forward.
Suffer not a witch to live.
Let's
It's
go
in the
by what
Bible.
Jesus says,
Look it up,
Vaughn. Don't
people.
go by
Look
the
it up.
old.
It's in
Can you
there.
imagine the
Don't
look
go
on
by.
Vaughn's
They don't
face
have
when he
names
stands
because
before
they're
Christ?
bad
See, Vaughn is doing the same thing the atheists want to do. They want to go all the way to the Old Testament, knowing full well that we're not under
Wait a
that
minute, does
theocracy
Jesus
anymore.
follow the Old
And he
Testament?
want to say, see, they killed people for picking up some sticks on the Sabbath. Therefore,
Well,
you
we're
guys
not
got
under
to
that
be doing it.
theocracy
And
anymore.
if you're not killing
man
people for
can't get
picking up
people
sticks
for
on the
not believing
Sabbath,
your
you're
creator.
violating your law.
I'll tell you one thing, man. You're going to feel like the biggest fool on Judgment Day if you don't.
Well, if I feel like the biggest fool, then I'll feel like the biggest fool. But I'm going to take.
Oh,
a
you
chance.
say that now. You can say that and be smart.
Yeah, that's
all
another
you want.
thing that atheists like to say
You're
too.
gonna-
Well, if I'm going to hell, I guess I'll just take it like a man. Yeah, you really think it's gonna be that easy? You really think it's gonna be that
You
easy?
really think you're going to be able to stand on your
Monologuing and
feet?
not
You really think you're going to be
You're
capable of
monologuing
coherent
and
thought?
not listening. You're not listening. The same gods that gave me this butterfly prophecy is who gave me a huge victory in district court. So yeah,
So
I'm
you
going to
say.
believe them. You bet I'm
Wait a
going to
minute,
believe
Vaughn.
you
Somebody
say
brought up a
is
good
right.
point in the live chat. They're saying, "How did
Your
Christianity
victory isn't
destroy
that
your
great,
life?"
man.
And the trolls, but the trolls.
What do you
did it.
mean? How did Christianity
Did
destroy
Christianity
my life?
destroy
Where was
it, or
God
did the
at?
trolls do
Was
it?
he on holiday? 2 children dead, 2 marriages destroyed, left deep in.
How are you
And
guys
conveniently, that was the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right?
Beckel, hold on a minute. Vaughn, you're lying.
No,
I have
I'm
a
not.
Skype message.
Yes, you are. You are lying.
Vaughn, I have a Skype message from you, Vaughn, that says that you're blaming the trolls for that. Now you're blaming Christianity for it? Or
The
did
way
you
he
just tell everybody
interacts
to Skype message?
in live streams,
Are you serious?
he
I'm about to
probably
show everybody
caused
the
it.
Skype
Are
message.
you serious?
Isn't it convenient, G-Man? Like, this is the same atheist regurgitation that we hear. It's, appeal to emotionalism. Oh, the God of Abraham, the God of Christianity is not real. Why? Because my life was ruined by that God.
Well, let
How
Vaughn
many
speak.
times have I
Vaughn,
gotten
is it
to say
Christians
that
or is it the
people
trolls?
here in
Which one is
Kentucky
it?
are not atheists, they're Christian. Everybody down here is a Christian, not an atheist. The atheists are the ones that are on YouTube. The ones here locally
And
are
that
all
God
Christians.
destroyed your life. I got you.
But all
Now
the Christians
tells a
down
whole
here are
different
wrong.
story about the
Is
end
that
of their
what you're
marriage.
saying? They all wrong?
Okay, so you blame Blue and you blame the Frost. Is Blue a Christian? It's the
Blue
Frost
is
a
not
Christian.
a Christian. But the
Okay.
Frost and the atheists online colluded with one another to destroy my family. Yes,
Why?
Okay.
What do you mean, why? What do you mean, why? This property is worth $2 million, dumbass. Of course they're going to do it.
Okay,
Wait a
Vaughn.
minute. Okay,
Vaun,
the
I'm a little
whole
confused,
freaking-
Vaughn.
all
Vaun, I'm
of
a
the
little
county you
confused.
live in, everybody around you, all have conspired to get a measly $2 million from you.
Vaughn,
Any idea how much?
Vaughn, I'm a little confused, Vaun.
Do you have any
You
idea
told
how much
me,
money
Vaughn.
that is?
Wait a minute.
down
Hold
there?
on, Vaughn. Hold on.
Any idea?
If you're blaming, guys, I gotta put y'all in the background for actually. Just hold on 1 second. So Vaughn, you told me that the Frost in the YouTube trolls, particularly Blue, who else you put on the Skype message? You said Blue and a couple of other people here
Secular.
were directly responsible. Let me finish, Vaughn, for destroying your life and everything. Now, the last time I checked, Blue, Gray Alien, Blue, and the Frost were not Christians, right? But you're blaming Christianity for all the stuff that's happening in your life. How about this? How about you apologize to Christians for what you just said and actually get specific about who, quote unquote, ruined your life?
Yeah.
G-Man, let's try this again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Who lives down here? Christians.
It ain't just Christians.
How many Christians came to my defense?
It ain't just Christians down there, is it?
This whole freaking
Them not coming to your defense don't mean they killed anybody.
Hold on. No. You're not going to spin your way out of this.
What's his cake and eat it
You're
too.
not
You can't
spinning
do
your
that,
way
man.
out of this.
Now you're being
How
dishonest.
many Christians came to my defense?
How many
Not
Christians
one.
knew you?
Zero. Goose egg. Not
a single Christian knew about your
Not one.
Vaughn, I have a Skype message here, Vaughn.
Nobody.
They even know you or your dang problems.
No,
Vaughn,
nobody's buying it.
Okay, all right. Let me put everybody in the background here real quick. Hold on. So Vaughn, in your text message that you sent me on Skype, you said that let me bring you back in here. You said, and I'm about to turn my camera on here in a minute. Okay. This right here tells me that totally different people was responsible for this. So you can't tell me that Frost and these other people was doing it, and then no.
We're trying to
Then you're saying that Christians in your area did it. So you need to make your mind up here, because that sounds like slander.
All right,
Now, wait a minute, Vaughn. Hold on a minute. You're blaming, let's say me, because I'm a Christian, for the death of your mother. You need to start getting specific about what you're talking about, dude, or I'm gonna accuse you of slander. What are you talking about, dude? Because your message here says something totally different.
Listen to me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the Frost came down here from Ohio. They're not from here. They came down here from Ohio. They're distant relatives to my mother. They saw an opportunity to steal money from a rich old lady, and they took advantage of it because they had help from these idiots in this outside chat out here. And they all colluded together to destroy me so that they could take all of my inheritance money, take the property, take the kids away.
What's that got to do with me as being a Christian?
Well, where was your videos defending me? Show me one.
You're accusing me of killing your mother.
I did not accuse you of killing my mother.
Okay, so who's responsible for that, Vaughn?
Listen to me. The Christian God didn't do jack to defend me. He did not. Sorry, but he didn't. For years, almost all my life, almost all my life, I was left deep in debt. Where was the Christian God? My mother just recently passed, 91 years old. 91 years old
for the death of your family and the taking of your kids.
My mom was a Christian all her life. She was 91 years old. Where was the Christian God?
Vaughn, you just got finished accusing Christians,
and controlling her and manipulating her. Where was the Christian God at? Was he on holiday? Was he on holiday?
You just got finished accusing Christians of killing your family. You need to clarify that. That's a legal issue, my friend.
Listen to me. These Frosts coming down here, who do they claim to be? Do they claim to be atheists? No, they claim to be Christian. Everybody that lives down here is Southern Baptist, G-Man. Everybody.
I got something to say about the whole slander thing, but I'm going to wait a few minutes because a few other knuckleheads get in on this, and just remember what I always say about fence sitters and enablers, because that's going to come full circle here in a few minutes, folks.
Literally in the belt buckle of the Bible belt.
You're going to go to a judge. Hold on a minute. You're going to go to a judge and say, Your Honor, all these Christians here didn't stop these trolls from attacking me. So therefore, those Christians are responsible for the death of my family. Are you serious?
Yes, I am. Yes,
okay, let me bring everybody back in here. I just wanted to get some
clarification. That is the absolute dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hold on.
And it is on the level of slander if you're not careful, my friend.
The law says, that's on video.
You don't deserve any respect with that, man.
So it's on the level of slander. So it's always interesting, folks, how the scales were removed from these people's eyes. People that would tolerate this bullshit in the past, right? But now that it's come full circle and the accusations that they feel are towards them, now they can suddenly see clearly. They see the light, folks. They've had an epiphany, and they see the light. I would argue it's always been slander. In fact, it was slander when he names specific people like myself and publicly accuses us of things that we've never, ever done. I've had my name and information actually brought up in court by this man. That's slander and defamation. These guys, though, will ignore that because we're YouTube atheists. We deserve what we get. We're awful people. But when he makes a generalization that quote-unquote Christians are somehow responsible, now that's slander. First of all, that's not fucking slander. None of you guys can go to court and say, well, he made an exact accusation against Christians. I happen to be a Christian, therefore I'm being accused. Like, no. Again, coming from someone whose name has literally been given to a judge for actions I've never taken, that's a completely different scenario. But it isn't interesting, isn't it? It's always been slander. I'm just saying.
The law says that if you know a crime is taking place and you do nothing, you are complicit. Yes, it does.
So anybody who didn't call the cops.
What about the gods that you worship?
If you know that a crime is taking
So how do you know that? So wait a minute. There's so many problems with. There's so many problems with this. First of all, there's so many problems with this. I got to respond to this because this is just flat out stupid. I don't even feel like I have the energy to respond to this ridiculous nonsense that's coming out of your mouth right now. First of all, you can't blame you just because you don't worship this God. The worship the God of Christianity. That doesn't mean that it was the God of Christianity that was fully responsible for the problems that you've been having in your life. Okay. Secondly, since you can't even name the gods that you claim that you worship, how do you know that you don't even know their names, let alone what the heck else they do? How do you know that it wasn't one of them that was responsible for the atrocious things that happened in your life? Okay. How do you know that thirdly, how do you know that it wasn't God, the true God, who is actually putting you through this as a trial in order to make you a better person? How do you know? Number 4, how do you know that it wasn't your false gods, the gods that whose names you don't even know? How do you know that it wasn't them putting you through this trial in order to make you a better person? You don't know any of this stuff. The fact of the matter is that you went through atrocities that every other human being in life has gone through, and yet because instead of you taking up responsibility and manning up and pulling up your boy pants and just sucking it up just like every other normal human being has to do in this life, what you want to do is you want to point the fingers at something that you have absolutely no control over, and you want to say that that's the problem.
Yvonne.
And you expect people here to take you seriously? Really? Nobody here is taking you seriously. Not a single person. No one in the side chat and no one in this room.
Who's the God of this earth?
No one is taking you seriously whatsoever.
Who's the God that's in control of this earth?
So I just find it interesting that inevitably, whatever circle of peers that Von Helton ends up in, it always ends up this way, right? But it all comes out eventually, folks. Like, they knew what Von was the whole time. Just remember, these guys, all of them, with the exclusion of David Anthony. Actually, I would take Sabella out of the picture, and I don't know this other guy, but definitely the 2 clowns at the top that are doing the most barking. The loudest dogs, folks, got the shortest tails. I don't know what that means. I just made it up on the spot. But these 2 motherfuckers have been hanging out with fucking Von Helton. Now, mind you, Veckel and Von have bumped heads before. I think Veckel a year or so ago actually kicked Von out of a live stream or something. But, I mean, drops into his, like, oh, happy birthday, Von. You know, abusing the kids, the neglect, the fucking, all the bullshit, the dead dogs, all that shit meant nothing. They've allowed him, and G-Man has even supported legitimately slandering other people for years. But now Von dares speak out against the Christians as a whole group. As crazy as Von is, all of a sudden the truth just comes pouring out of their mouths. Wow.
Besides Luke Perez.
I don't know Von as long as you all, but I do feel for him. I feel your pain.
John,
I know, yes.
You'll be wore out.
But yeah, Vaughn, you gotta know we're in a spiritual battle. Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
You can't just arbitrarily blame somebody that has nothing. You don't even know.
God, the Christian God was in charge. He had control of everything.
Why are you just gonna put the blame on somebody else that has nothing to do with it?
Where are you getting it? It's anything else other than the Christian God.
You see, there he is again.
My mother
there
was
he is again.
Why aren't you blaming Satan?
There he is again. He's blaming God.
Why aren't
He's
you
blaming a God he knows that he claims doesn't exist.
Hang on, everyone, please.
I thought God was in control.
Why are you blaming a God that doesn't exist?
Based on how you interact with people, and people don't, you get angry because people don't believe you when you talk about the things that you believe, and based on the trouble you've had with your wife, how dare you blame other people for your problems? It's you.
I blame other people for. Oh, okay. So, okay, Admiral Six Killer. Okay, so I put a gun to all these trolls' heads.
No, but you did pull one on.
Hold on. I put a gun to their head and made them all call CPS. I put a gun to their head and made them call the FBI out to my house. I put a gun to their head and made them come out here and try to kill me. And
why are you putting a gun to people's head?
I put a gun to their head and made them do that shit. Really? I really did that.
Talking about your wife.
All this stuff was done by me and me alone, right?
I'm talking about your wife.
Out of here. Bye. See ya.
No, Vaughn. There's also Satan.
He can't handle it.
He has to be looking at Satan.
For the record, he pulled a gun on his wife. That's why she left.
He left
and that is on video.
On the floor, man.
Yeah, he let his mother die on the floor. He locked his kids in their room all day long.
And he acts like he's the only one that lost people. I lost both my parents. I had my freaking fiance.
All right. This is about as good as it gets there, folks. Like I said, there might be some stuff before. I'm sure there is. You can check that out if you want. But let's move ahead. Let's move on. So I don't know if Todd's still around. This is one from the 27th. It's like 3 hours, though. I don't know if there is anything good. If someone's out there that knows, throw me a timestamp, something. We'll check it out. We got a couple other ones. We got Todd the Toad. Jeez, I wonder what that's about. Probably not that, but anyways. And this is the newest, I guess, post Mike blowout. I could hear it going in the last one. Yeah, Vaughn is putting out some good rage. An early start to the race, folks. We got Emo back in the scene. We got Vaughn raging out. And I guess, I think it looked like Shanny was starting to put out videos again. The whole twat fiasco, the Twitter twat. Yeah, let's just leave it there. Anyways, folks, let's see what's going on here. Yeah.
No, so we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, Candace popped in there at the last, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I want to get those clips. I wonder if John ever clipped those out. Maybe I'll take a look of Candace basically laughing at Vaughn, but leading him on again, talking about possibly coming down and visiting and all this shit. After she told him to his face there was no way. Like, not in a million years she's, she thinks he's a scumbag. But anyways, Crazy Candace is back in the mix too. So there was kind of some lulzy stuff. VonHelton was talking about martial arts, of course, because she's Asian, and talked about all his life. He's, anyways, that's for another day. I'll see if there's any clips around of that. But let's see what Vaughn has to say in Todd the Toad.
Fortunately, we had to end the show, and that was unfortunate. I was hoping Candace would have stayed longer. We could have talked more. So I will give her the link and see if she wants to come in. And there she is. She is there. Let's see if she wants to come in. We'll see if she wants to show up. She can come in and talk and say howdy. All that good jazz. And it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And we are going to anxiously await the arrival of either one or both. In the meantime, let's see what's happening on... Oh, wait, I don't need to see because I already know. Apparently, this individual on Twitter named Eliza has taken considerable liberties with her power on Twitter and has banned numerous individuals. And so... Hang on a second. I am getting bombarded with text. Hold on. Come on in and we'll talk it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, this Eliza individual on Twitter apparently has close connections to Elon Musk and was given a high level of power in the Twitterverse, and she has had less than honorable things in the past, and so yeah, she's banning people left and right on literally a whim, sometimes on nothing at all, but a simple tweet. And there's Candace. Hi, Candace. What's up?
Hey, Vaughn. Miss you.
Yeah, we tried to have a conversation, then I had to leave, and John had to leave, and you had to leave, so we never got to finish our conversation.
Oh, so are you inviting John to come here?
John says as soon as he gets the bread at the store that he's looking for, he'll be in the show. So yeah, he'll be here. He'll be here in the show. He's not coming to Kentucky. Okay. No, he is moving, but he's not moving to Kentucky. I don't know where he's moving. The only thing I know about his moving is that he said he would have limited internet wherever it is he's going. So
he's relocating.
He is relocating, and if he has limited internet, it might be the Middle East.
But wait. Is it out of country or is it within her?
I don't know. All I know is that he said he would have limited internet. Well, if he has limited internet, that might be the Middle East. Could be.
Wait a minute. Don't get too excited. Vaughn is... Folks, this is a rare glimpse into the working mind of VONHELTON. Remember, spider monkeys can comprehend mathematics greater than VONHELTON. This has been demonstrated, right? So VONHELTON has, I guess, deduced, I'm not sure if that's... anyways, he has come to the conclusion that J-Dubs may be moving to the Middle East. Because, of course, he has a Muslim wife, and he's had limited internet. So, I guess. Take that with a grain of salt, but could you imagine? Just think about that for a sec, folks. Do you think that he would actually, like... I mean, how long can he keep the LARP up? I mean, would he? Oh my goodness, folks.
He probably wants to be moving into the woods, be off the grid or something.
Well, I would recommend everybody get off the grid, but that's just me. But yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the only thing he has ever said about it is that he would have limited internet. That's all I know. So maybe he's going out to the woods. Maybe he's going to some, third world country. Maybe he's, going to be living in a mud hut in the middle of the Congo. I have no idea what he's going to do. But he did say he would have limited internet wherever it is he's going. So there you go. That's all I know. That's literally all I know. Maybe he can explain it further himself when he gets in, if he so chooses. But anyway, so how's the deal on the 10 grand? Are you any closer to getting it back? Has the government responded? Has the banks responded? What has been their response in regards to you re-getting?
I ended up not going in the morning because I fell asleep, and which was a big mistake I made. I fell asleep because I was talking, I was staying up and talking to you guys, and I was doing the other thing. I fell back asleep, and then so I ended up going in the afternoon, which and they responded me telling me to come back next week, which is a big hassle. I like a big trouble. I should have woken up earlier, but then anyway, like I'm gonna go back next week. So
ain't you got an alarm clock? Set your alarm clock.
Yeah, really? But I forgot that. Yeah. You know what?
You got to set your alarm clock.
It was my fault. It really was. But
yeah, hey, you have to set your alarm clock.
Honestly, my mom isn't too happy because ever since I got romantically scammed, I was, being influenced by it and was just like emotionally down. And I don't manage my finance so well, so I asked my mom to help me out like last year December and this month, and she wasn't too happy about it.
Well,
I'm
like
feeling
like I said, you could have come to me and asked me, and I would have told you that it was a scammer. You should have come to me. You know,
yeah.
I had just lost $3,300 to a scammer. You could have come to me. I would have said, "Yeah, man, it's a scam." You know, I could have told you.
Have you ever got financial assistance from your parents ever
Yeah.
since you came
Yes,
out?
I have. I have before. I have before.
So which is you borrow money from them or you ask them?
Well, I've done both. I've asked them for money and I've borrowed money from them. I've done both.
Dude, you've lived off them. You live for free off your mother. What? Why would you even ask this question, Candace? Well, other than she does obviously troll him. Like, you know, she's a soft troll. And actually, a little bit of it I don't really like because she does lead him on. You know, like she does talk about, like, why would she get in the Skype call with the kids and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, she has no intention of ever, like, visiting this man or being his partner. And she's told him that eventually. But I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that. Even Vaughn's, I know he's a piece of shit. It just makes her kind of still a piece of shit for doing it. You can't. Am I crazy? I don't know.
But then wouldn't they say, well, you're a grown ass adult, like you're either gonna try to borrow from us or you're not gonna get from us. Like, wouldn't they respond that way or something?
After you turn 18, yes. Well, it's 21 now. After you turn 21, yes, that's exactly going to be the response. You know, because you're an adult, and once you become an adult, they expect you to be able to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. However, when you're still a minor, you know, you can go to your parents and say, "Hey, can you slip me a few bucks to go get whatever?" You know, and usually the parents will do that. But once you become an adult, yeah, the parents are going to expect you to pull your own weight if possible. Now, having said that, considering the fact that you got scammed out of your money and it wasn't, you know, this person deceived you, you know, that changes the paradigm a little bit. And so, you know, quite possibly you would be able to, you know, maybe get the favor of your, well, I was going to let you in, John, and then you disappeared on me, bro. You know, so what's going on? Anyway, I was going to bring him up and he disappeared on me. But anyways, you know, but yeah, you know, considering the fact that you got scammed out of the money, the parents might be a little bit more favorable. But there he's back. Hey, John, what's up, dude?
Hey, man. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
I thought you were going to go home first before you come back.
I had to get dressed and I have to go out to go to work.
Oh.
So I got about an hour to kill.
Ah, got you.
So I heard from Vaughn saying you're relocating. Where are you relocating to?
Oh, Vaughn, you're spreading it around, huh?
I didn't say I don't know where you're going though, so I didn't.
I was the one that asked. Vaughn
yes.
Yeah, I'm moving. We're buying a house. So we looked at a property, and we got the what's the lady that does the thing? A realtor, whatever the name is.
Yeah, realtor.
She's finalizing the deal.
She's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Talking.
You look like a lady.
And the lady is mine. Well,
what is that, Tom Jones? I didn't know you like Tom Jones there, Vaughn.
Yeah,
you like Tom Jones?
Well, we were talking about Tom Jones the other day, remember?
Yeah, we were.
But, you know, you said you had limited internet where you were going, so that's what kind of, you know, it was kind of confusing. But
limited internet? When did I say that?
That's what you told me.
Maybe that particular day. Maybe that.
So I got a cheesy Tom Jones dad joke on the topic of Tom Jones. So man goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, something's wrong. I can't get the song the green grass of home out of my head." The doctor leans back in his chair and it's like, "Yes, that's Tom Jones syndrome." And the guy asked, "Is it common?" And the doctor said, "It's not unusual."
When I was traveling, I had limited internet. Probably that's probably what I meant.
So you're still gonna be in the same state that you're in now.
Yeah. I'm not going too far.
I was asking Vaughn, has he ever borrowed money or got money from his parents after he became an adult? He said yes. What about you? Because my mom isn't too happy about me, you know, not managing my finance well because
My
of the.
mother has only given me like, you know, if I ever needed like $100 or something, like that's about it.
So you've never like borrowed from them after you became an adult?
No, I've never met someone online and then borrowed $10,000 from my mother to pay them. No, I have never done something like that.
Stop! Shut the fuck up. Vaughn is a better comforting. Vaughn said better comforting words than you. I mean, if you don't have anything good to say, you better just not say anything. No, seriously, I would no. You know, one of the reasons that I probably would choose. Let's say if both of you were single, I would choose Vaughn over you because he said better comforting words. You're just
Vaughn needs you. Yeah, I go with Vaughn. I say pick Vaughn too. Vaun needs a hot Asian in the bed.
You're not meeting my needs.
He likes Asian food, not me.
Well,
yep, John likes women black like his coffee. That's what John likes.
I like my women black like coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. He's into the darker skinned people.
One of the things that stopped me from dating Vaughn is because of the religion, and previously was because of the money situation as well. But now he's collecting rents, so.
Well, you got to
get over. He's a millionaire, so now you're able to, you know, do that.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how that works? Now that I got money,
well, that's typical. That's typical.
Okay, here's another joke. I was over on Clubhouse, and there's this guy over there. His name's not important, but he's not necessarily like he's kind of funny. Sometimes he's got an okay sense of humor, but he's very dry and doesn't really joke that often. And someone just randomly challenged him. It's like, all right, tell me a joke about a chicken McRib. And he's just silent for a second. He goes, and he's got a southern accent. He's from, I forget where, but he talks like this. And he said, the chicken McRib is like your father. It comes around just once a year and everybody gets all excited for nothing.
That's typical Chinese. You know, they only care about like what car you drive, what house you have. They don't really.
If I were typical, I would have given thousands of dollars to an online person. I'm not typical, right? I have my own opinion. That's
what I'm saying. Like that's like a stereotype of like a Asian, particularly Chinese women. What type of car you drive? Mercedes?
Wait,
that's what they do. They thought that's how they act.
Accent. And you know what, dude? Like you're just trying to like.
I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm breaking your jobs, Candace. I'm breaking your jobs.
I don't know these people.
I'm just trying to have some fun.
I don't know these people.
You know what? But then you were saying that after you became an adult, you never borrow money from your mom. That's like pride because you're just trying to show off, saying that you're so, you know, capable, independent, that you don't need any assistance from parents. But Vaughn is more like humble. Like he's willing to say that, yeah, he did somehow.
Well, this is a statistically fact. I mean, I can't make up a story and say, yeah, I borrowed money when I didn't, right? I can't just make up a story.
That's true.
Okay, that's true, but you know, maybe you're good at money management, but I need somebody who can.
That's what Jews are, right? Jews are good with money, I think.
Mormons are good with money.
Stereotypes. More stereotypes. Yeah,
you know, in the United States, there are more Mormons than there are Jews. Am I correct?
But you know, how bad does it have to get when even VONHELTON is starting to feel uncomfortable with the conversation, right? When VONHELTON can recognize stereotypes, right? I know I'm preaching to the choir here, folks. I'm going to go freshen my drink over here.
In the United States?
Yep.
No. Jews are more populated here.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah, Jews are like 3%, like 5% of American population. Mormons are like below 1%.
Dude, Mormons.
No, but there are temples everywhere. There are Mormon temples everywhere.
But Mormons.
They're everywhere because they spread out and they try to convert people to their religion, but they're not popular. They're not that many of them.
Yeah, but they're allowed to have more than one wife in some cases.
Look it up. Google it.
Really, only 1%? Wow.
Yeah, if I had to guess off the top of my head, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, let me Google it.
Yeah.
Google it. Vaughn, take your advice. Google it.
Everybody, Google it.
You gotta Google it.
Gotta Google that shit, man.
Do the Google.
Google that shit, man. I thought the Mormons were bigger than the Jews too, but maybe not. I don't know.
Well, worldwide, I don't think they are.
Dude, the Mormon tabernacle.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says "bigger than the Jews."
Dude, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir is 1 million people strong. What are you talking about?
No, it is. What do you mean 1 million strong?
Mormon Tabernacle Choir, you ain't never heard of that? It's the largest choir in the world, dude.
Yeah, but not concurrently. There may be membership, but not concurrently.
Oh, not concurrently? Well, maybe so. I don't know. I'd have to look again, but I know they're the
But
largest.
I heard of that. I heard that they're like 1 million people too. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, they're like 1 million people, man. I don't know if all 1 million people show up at one time, but I mean,
I mean, the state of Utah is small. It's like maybe what, like 1 million people live there? Not even.
Well, Los Angeles.
I mean, you have 7 million. I mean, you have like 7 million Jews living in New York alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to add up Florida and California, and you got to add up that, and then you put all those numbers together. I would venture to guess that it would be 3-4 times the amount.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mormons are everywhere. I give you that. They build temples everywhere, but that's because they go around converting people like what Candace does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They try to force you to believe in them.
Well, she's supposedly reformed, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's no longer Mormon. That's right. She was manipulated by the Mormon. Mm-hmm. You notice how Candace is always manipulated. Manipulated by the Mormon, manipulated by the African scammer, African priest, the African this, the shots of that, the shots of this, the shots of that.
Chinese actors.
Chinese actors, yeah. I wouldn't go with Candace Vaughn, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know. You like a woman that's easily manipulated, Vaughn?
No. No, I don't. But
I wasn't trying to be mean to Candace. Did she take that to be mean? I was just playing around with her. I was just joking around about that. I wasn't trying to be mean, Vaughn.
I don't think he was trying to be mean either. She just,
She's sensitive on the topic. Yeah.
She's upset that she can't get her money back, and unfortunately.
The best case scenario, they find the guy who scammed her, but then that's it. They're not going to give her money back because, first of all, the scammer scammed many people out of money, and second of all, they spent the money already. The money's gone. How are they gonna give the money back when it's disappeared?
Well, he would. What would happen? He
would have to sell him into prison. They put him in prison, maybe.
Yeah, he'd sit in prison until he paid back what he owed. Yeah. That's
Which they don't probably do over there. There, it's Malaysia. They probably don't do that. They probably just fucking kill. They probably just fucking kill you. They probably just put a bullet in your head and just fucking call it a day.
Well, hey, couldn't happen to a nicer
guy. They have rights over there. That's a third world country. Nope, I lost you, Vaughn. You still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Testing 1 2. No. Yeah, for some reason your picture went out on me. Oh man, I'm sitting in Panera Bread. I like this place. I think I'm gonna grab a soup. I like the soup, the broccoli and cheese. That's a tasty soup. I think I will. I think I will grab a broccoli and cheddar. Oh, sounds man. Like a winner. Sounds like a winner, right?
Winner chicken dinner.
Can't wait to wait.
Can't wait to what?
Someone was online and they couldn't stand waiting in line, so they just got up and left. Oh, it's funny. I found it funny. This place is slow. The problem with the Panera Bread is that there's long lines here, and there's no help, and there's nobody working.
Yeah, but long lines means good food. So I mean,
Well, the reason why it's long lines is because there's only one cashier, and then they're slow as shit.
Well, I have no control over that. But what I will say is that usually when the place is packed, it means there's good food.
Usually.
That's usually what that means.
The food is good. I'll give you that. The food is good.
Now let me see. I don't know
What are
where
you having, a rib dinner?
Huh?
What do you
Yeah,
have?
no, I had a Salisbury steak.
Oh, Salisbury steak.
Excuse me. Yeah, the Dollar General down here doesn't have a huge variety of banquet dinners. They only have 3. They have the chicken fingers. We have the chicken fingers, Salisbury steak, and rib. That's it.
Okay.
That's all they got. And so, if you want to,
not like the upper echelon grocery providers that have a much wider selection of banquet fucking frozen meals. Salisbury steak. It just sounds so. They try so hard to make it sound regal or something, right? It's not a steak. It's not even a hamburger. It's just kind of this gravy-soaked pressed meat. Anyways,
a much larger variety on the banquet.
It's not horrible.
You have to go to IGA or Save a Lot to get that, and that's a little bit further than I'd really rather drive. But
Holy cow, Vaughn! Look at this thing. Look at this piece of Danish here. You looking?
I'm looking.
Look at that big thing.
Yeah,
that big piece of Danish.
That's just one big piece, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Maybe it's a pie. Maybe it's a pie. Maybe
it's called a Danish ring. They call it a Danish ring.
Oh, okay. The rings of Sauron, huh?
The rings of Sauron.
The rings of Sauron. Yeah. I sent her a message asking if she's coming back or not. Maybe she lost her internet. I don't know.
I think she was Googling. Didn't she say she was going to Google it?
Googling, and then poof, she disappeared.
I guess you can't do 2 things at once, I guess.
I'm a little sad.
A little sad for what?
I am a little sad over my romance scam situation, so I might need to be alone a bit. Please pray for me, Vaughn. Okay, well, I'll pray for you.
Tell her she could be alone with us. Tell her to come in and she can be alone. Tell her that John will cheer her up.
Trouble in the hen house. So I got a question. Speaking of food, my American friends, I know it's popular down there. You like to fry your bologna. And I've tried it. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. But my question is, at what point does it not just become a flat hot dog? I mean, let's be real. Is that just once we fry the bologna, is it not just a flat hot dog at that point? I don't know. Maybe I'm the one that's crazy. Let me know.
She's a lady. Oh. I can't get it out of my fucking head, man. God damn.
Yeah, that's a good song, yeah.
It is a good song. I just can't get it out of my head.
What about that song? The dude looks like a lady.
The dude looks like a lady.
That could be the song for the Navy guy that's the head of the government.
What's
his name? Or her name?
Fucking
the head of the Navy, right?
Yeah, the guys that did YMCA. Village People. Yeah, the Village People. The Village People. Hey, Candace, welcome back, dear.
Hey, please keep myself in.
Candace, there is nobody more alone than me. I've lost everyone. I lost my mother, my kids, my wife, my dogs. I've lost everything. See, nobody more alone than me, man.
You know what? You have demonstrated strength.
I have a what?
Hello.
I'm hearing you.
You have demonstrated strength and endurance during these difficult.
Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Bam. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog. Everybody party. I'm a hot dog. Fun on a bun. Bam. Fun. Bam. Bam. Fun. Bam. Bam. Fun. I'm a hot dog. Everybody party. Look at me. 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 I'm a hot dog.
Difficult times,
Yes,
And
I
even
have.
though I don't agree with your belief, but I think, that being of light was right. Like you were kind of, enlightenment or like helpful towards certain people in the community, and you are really, like you actually helped me in certain ways. So I would
Yeah,
say
but I
you're
mean, yeah, but you see my point, right? I mean, why in the fuck would they pick me? I mean, I am certainly not good looking. I'm not young. I'm not healthy. I'm not, strong. I mean, they could have got somebody that was a bodybuilder.
Well, that's exactly why you're a mark. They know that you get no female attention, so you were easy. Like, because guys like you're describing aren't on Facebook replying to fucking randomly posted pictures of Asian girls that quite obviously aren't reading the comments, Vaughn. You're that guy. You are exactly the guy they're looking for. Except that they probably assumed you had more money. That was their only failing. They got over 3,000 out of you, though. Talk about squeezing a stone, folks.
Or an actor or somebody, famous, and they chose me instead. And it's like, boy, you guys really scraped the bottom of the barrel. But I guess I know what they're doing because they picked me. And so I'm going to do my level best. That's all I can do.
probably because you have a compassionate heart, or like,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That is true.
I would say, let's say today, if you have money, you would have sent me money if I really need help, or you would have. Well, I mean, I try to go to other people in the community for money, but when I needed help, but nobody actually
Well, now,
helped
see,
me.
that's the thing, though. I'm not going to send money. What I would do, if you need food, I will make sure food gets to you. But I'm not going to send you cash because usually when you send cash to someone, they blow it on alcohol or drugs or some other bullshit. So what I would do, let's say you need food. Let's say you ain't got no food. What I would do is I would pay someone there in that community, a business in that community, I would buy the food from the business and have them send it to your home. That's what I would do, but I wouldn't send you no cash. Okay, same with like say you said I should pay your plane ticket. Well, what I would do is I would call the airport, buy your ticket, and then you would go to the airport and get your ticket. But I'm not going to send cash because every time I've ever sent cash to anyone, they spend it on drugs or alcohol or both or some other stupid thing. They wouldn't actually go get the thing they were supposed to get. Okay, and this is from somebody who's been on the streets for years. Okay, it's that way. It just is that way. I don't know why, but it just is. And so I would never send cash ever. What I would do is I would buy you whatever it is you say you needed, and then I'd have it sent to your home. That's what I would do.
But then what if I'm like overseas? Are you gonna buy me food overseas?
Well, like I said, I would contact a local store in your area, that's close to where you live, and I would have them deliver the food to your house. That's what I would do. That's how you solve that problem. Okay. I'm not going to buy it here in America and then ship it to you. It would be ruined by the time you got it, So, no, I would call a local store in your area and then have them send the food to you, is what I would do. But I wouldn't let you starve, Candace, okay? I wouldn't let you starve to death. I wouldn't do that. That's not in me to do.
I get the point that Vaughn's trying to make here. But, I mean, I don't think this is the best way to woo the woman you're trying to convince to move from her country to your country to be basically your... I don't know at this point even what it would be. But that aside, folks, so basically VONHELTON is saying, I trust you enough to come, and at the time even talk to my children, come with the intention of raising my children and living with me in my house, but I won't send you money because you might be a junkie. You might be a junkie. Just let that sink in, folks.
If I saw like a dress in JCPenney that I really wanted to buy, but it's expensive, it's like $50 or like more, $60, like, would you let me buy it?
Well, now see, that's the thing. Is that something you need or is that just something you want? Okay, because we have to handle the needs first, then the wants come later. Look at me. Do you see me with a bunch of lavish shit? No. I mean, I could go out and get a bunch of lavish things, but you don't see me doing it. You know why? Because that's not being a good steward of money. All right, being a good steward of money means you take care of the needs first. You handle your bills first and your needs first. And then if you've got extra money left over, then
Got a
you
little
can go
want
get some.
going to you, yeah.
Yeah, that's
A little
how you
extra,
handle
extra.
it. You know, another stereotype, you know, greedy as a Jew. Okay, you know, that's a horrible stereotype, but it's true to an extent, but it's true for everyone, really. You don't want to go out here and buy everything your eye sees, because if you do that, you'll be broke in a week. These people, they win the lottery, and they'll go
Well,
out and they'll buy all.
that's what Schwarzes do. They buy a $100,000 car.
They'll
They
go,
pimp it out
yeah,
with $100,000 wheels.
exactly.
They buy they buy everything, these niggas, and
They
they
buy
just
everything
fucking,
their eye sees, and then they're broke. And
and
see,
then
you
broke.
can't do that. You have to be very frugal with your money. You have to.
And there's J-Dubs with the, yeah.
Make sure you put money back, and you know, and plus you got to make sure you save money to pay taxes, because taxes is going to eat you up. Whenever you win, you know, especially like if you win the lottery. Let's say I win the lottery tonight, because it is going in tonight. Let's say I win the lottery tonight. Okay, almost half of that money is going to be taken by federal, state, and local taxes. Yeah. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to put it in the bank, and you have to let it sit there. As that can be very frustrating to some people. Okay, but not to me, because I know finance. See,
as far as I know, with the lotto, I think they take the taxes out that day.
No, they don't.
No, they do. Yeah, they do. When if
Are
let's say
sure?
you win, let's say you win, like, let's say you won $100 million.
Right.
And taxes is like what, 60% of that?
50 to 60.
50%. So they leave you. So you only leave with like 50 million.
Right.
They don't give you the 100 million. They give you half of whatever you owe.
Mm-hmm. And if you take the buyout, you get less than that. You only get about a fourth.
Yeah, the buyout. Yeah, that's even worse. Yeah.
I was thinking about taking the buyout, you know, and it's like you only get a fourth of it.
What do they do now? What do they do now? What are the levels now? They have buyout and they have weekly pay, right? Or monthly pay?
Yeah, they got weekly pay, monthly pay, buyout, and then of course
some other bullshit.
The big money. But see, the thing about the buyout is if you take the buyout, you don't even get the whole money. You only get about a fourth of it, because by the time the government gets their cut, you know, the federal, state, and local, by the time all three of those entities get their cut of money, you're left with only about a fourth of the money that you want. Yeah, which
a wonderful government.
Yeah. But see, that's why you never take the buyout. You never take the buyout. Unless, you know, now if he was 90 years old, you might want to take the buyout, because you're obviously not going to be able to get all the payments, you know, to get all the money. So you probably would have to take the buyout if he was old like that. But you know, I still got half a life.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my food.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm almost 60. I still got a good 20, 30 years yet, so I should be all right. And you know, so I should be okay. That's, you know, it should be all right. Hopefully. Hopefully. Then the gods may extend my life. You never know. We'll have to see. What did you start to say, Candace? I'm sorry.
No, I was just, I don't know, I'm feeling down over my stupid decision, sending this scammer, you know, money and after money. And it was just like, even people in the community were laughing at me, you know. I got hated by Christian people in Praise Channel. Like, some of them dislike me right now because I hang out with you guys. But actually, you know what, dude? I pick you guys over them because they're not demonstrating Christian spirits. I am the one that have been, you know, actually being Christian by financially supporting somebody personal in my life. Like, I'm not just, you know, talking the talk. So I don't need to be hanging around with hypocrites that will laugh at other people with different beliefs, but not actually demonstrating, you know, a Christ-like spirit or whatever. So you know what? Yeah, I don't know. I made a mistake. I was lonely. I needed a boyfriend, and it doesn't seem like God is putting.
She claims she was also scammed by some Nigerian preacher or something on Clubhouse that she sent $1,500 to for anointing oil for some kind of revenge spell. Oh, I'm sorry, prayer. Anyways, that's a totally different story. That's a great screenshot of Vaughn. Right? Somebody clip that. Clip that motherfucker. Anyways, oh Jesus. Do you ever notice, folks, and I know most of you probably have, but I do find it hilarious. Again, another example of John's soft trolling of Vaughn. He'll ask Vaughn, Vaughn, the plight of VONHELTON eating Salisbury steak because he's reduced to buying groceries at Dollar General and their meager selection of banquet meals. John will then proceed to show Vaughn all his great food. He does that all the time. When Vaughn was claiming he was starving, he'd like turn the camera on, show the stove, show all the stuff. Oh my God, Vaughn, it's great, it's good. Look at this fucking, whatever the case may be. He does that on purpose. He's already showed Vaughn a Danish, now his fucking whatever that thing was. Folks, it's the little things.
A decent Christian dude in my life that would want to
decent Christian. So, you're worse than those damn people on Facebook. Oh, if you just get a good Christian man, Andrea, you'll be all right. I'm so sick of hearing that. I'm just so sick of hearing that. That is so fucking typecast bullshit. It really, really is. If somebody's going to take good care of you, which I obviously would, you would be well cared for. What does it matter what my religion is in the final analysis? Yes, it's true. We should not be unequally yoked. That's true. That's even true in paganism. But the thing of it is that you also want to find somebody before you die. You can sit there and wait. There was a particular instance in Fallout 4. It was some kind of underground bunker, and you go into this underground bunker, and it's some kind of AI running the underground bunker, and so you go up to the speakerphone and you hit the button, and the AI is like, well, you got to be authorized for this, and we're waiting on an authorized user. And then I reply, dude, it's the apocalypse. Okay, you're not going to get an authorized user. You can either let me in, or you can spend all eternity waiting. And the AI says, you know what? You have a good point. And then lets me in the door. Okay. Similar situation here. You could spend all eternity waiting on the right man, and the right man ain't never coming. It ain't never coming. By your own admission, you're over 30. You have been looking forever, ain't found nobody. And yet I offered, I said, I'll be willing to take care of you. I'll be willing for you to, and I need the company too. So it'd be like, it would actually help. It would help both of us, but but again, that's up to you.
I would love to, but the thing is that I screenshot your video, like your photo, and took it to my pastor. He said that, oh, this guy is a Satanist. You probably would get a divorce with him. So I don't want no divorce. No.
Sounds like somebody. That sounds like somebody's butt hurt. Is what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like.
Sounds like someone's jealous of a good-looking guy. That's what it sounds like.
Jealous of a good-looking guy. Yeah.
Vaughn, you've been a really nice dude. I would love to, even help you, be your friends. And let's say if I do, like you were struggling with buying groceries. So if I was able to help you with that, I will. But the thing is that I cannot without mingling with people of different beliefs, because I did that before and I didn't end well. I tried to mingle with Mormons. They preach another Jesus. I didn't end well. So
that's why you convert to freedom religion, and then that way we're equally yoked, and then you ain't got to worry about a damn thing, right?
She's scared of mingling. You have to mingle with people of all different opinions, walks of life. Every day, most of us have to deal with that. You get friends of all different beliefs, political spectrums, whatever, right? That's part of adulting. What the fuck is she talking about? I get it. She isolates herself to her room. Anyways, I don't need to shit talk. The videos are out there. She's, anyways.
No, I was not being faithful to God yet. Why I got religiously abused.
No, Candace, no. Stop. Okay, stop, because that's not accurate. No, Candace, that's not accurate. Okay, by your own testimony, you were a faithful Christian, and the Christian God dumped you on the side of the road like they did me. Okay, that was right. The whole damn reason why I went and found me another deity, is because I got dumped by the Christian God. 20 fucking years of faithful service as a Christian, and I got shat on. All right. You can't, when you've got something that doesn't work, okay, you need to cast it aside and find something that does work. Okay. That's called common sense.
That is demonic attack.
That's not a demonic attack. It's being truthful. That's being truthful, man.
Honestly, God put you on my heart. I was praying for you ever since you were still
and
a
I
single wife.
appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that.
No, honestly, I take you as one of my close friends because I don't see. I see you being genuine. I see you being genuine on the. You're not.
I am genuine. I'm very, dude. My life is an open book. Ask the goddamn YouTube trolls. My life's an open book. I ain't hiding shit. I don't hide a damn thing. Look at what my shirt says.
Vaughn's. I think Vaughn is a straight laced kind of guy.
See what my shirt says?
You look. Oh yeah, deer shirt on. Yeah. You're anti-drug. Vaughn is anti-drugs.
Anti-drug. Vehemently anti-drug. In fact, I had a friend of mine. We'll call him Mike. I had a friend of mine. He literally died in my arms, and all the medical training that I had couldn't save him. It couldn't bring him back. He was gone. Okay, drugs did that shit. Heroin.
Yeah, drugs.
More specific. Yeah, heroin. To be specific. The big H, as they call it. And
I like where I live. The problem where I live in North Country, there's a lot of drug addicts because
nothing I can do, guys. All that medical training, and there was not a damn thing I could do.
I don't know why though, Vaughn. Can you send a prayer out here where I live and make and try to see if you can beseech the gods and helping people where I live, because it just seems like a lot of people here like drugs, and maybe clean up the city a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. You got fentanyl out there, and methamphetamines are out there, and heroin is out there, cocaine is out there. Notice that none of the drugs I mentioned are well, cocaine is from a coca plant, I think, or some shit. But by and large, these drugs are still artificial. They're processed, or they're manipulated in some way, or you have to catch them on fire or whatever the fuck. Cook them, whatever they call it. But but the thing of it is that these hardcore drugs, okay, you would think common sense would kick in and say, hey, I just all my friends are dying, they're ODing on these hard drugs, I need to get away from them. But I guess the allure is just so strong for these drugs that they're willing to die. They're willing to literally kill themselves, and that's ridiculous. There's no sense in that, in my opinion. But that's just the way it goes. But I have been thinking about having the gods take care of some things in regards to fentanyl coming across the border, and heroin, and some of the other really, really hardcore drugs. And it needs to stop. It really does. It really needs to stop. And and then nobody seems to really be doing much. They're really not. It's funny though. Things were real quiet years ago, and now they aren't. But I'm sure that's coincidence. Anyways,
went quiet on us.
Anyways,
did Candace leave us again?
No, she's there. No, she's there.
I'm sure. I mean, both of you guys are, one of my best friends now, because I don't really have any close friends.
Well, Candace, that stupid website that you're going to, you need to fucking block that shit. Okay. I've talked to other Christians about that website, and they said stay away from it. Okay. Other Christians said this: stay away from that website. It would be what we would consider a tourist trap here in the United States. Okay, it's to trap you. It's to get you to get out of your money. They're manipulative. They're controlling. And I've talked to other Christians about that website. They said stay the hell away from that shit. It ain't no good.
You're talking about Clubhouse?
Yeah, Clubhouse, right? Clubhouse. I talked to other Christians about Clubhouse. They said stay the fuck away. It's nothing but a tourist trap. It's a way to get you out of your money. Stay the hell away from it. That's what other Christians are telling me. Okay. Now I've never been to this Clubhouse website. Don't know a damn thing about it. But I went to other Christians and asked them, and they said stay away from that website. So, You know, now the onus is on you on whether you're going to stay away from it or not, because you need to. You need to stay away. You've been scammed from this website now 4 fucking times. Okay, that should be enough. Stay away from Clubhouse. Block it, ban it, delete it, get it out, get away from it. Stay away from it. Okay, stay away from it. And like I said, I talked to other Christians. They said, "Hey, stay away from that shit." So,
and you know what, dude, I do see a lot of unattractive parts about Christianity. Like, I've been talking to this Christian black dude that and he's telling me that he thinks that we're in the end times now, and what is important is not for us to want to get married, find a family, and build our family, but is to, you know, make sure we get right.
That is okay. Now that is New World Order bullshit talking right there. Okay, because what
being a part of a family is what you need to be. That's a godly thing.
It's a godly.
That's the opposite. If you want to be alone, you're telling people to be alone. Now talk about being a Satanist. That guy sounds like a Satanist.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because what's the first command God gives? Be fruitful and multiply. This guy's full of shit. Okay, the first command God ever give mankind is be fruitful and multiply. Okay, so that man's full of shit, or woman, or whoever the hell told you that shit, and maybe even demonic, like John said.
I thought the first command is love the Lord thy God with all your heart, strength, and mind. I thought that's
actually the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis says that the first thing is to be fruitful and multiply. Yes, the book of Genesis says be fruitful and multiply. It's one of the first commands God gave us: be fruitful and multiply. Now later on we get the 10 commandments, and then the first commandment is love the Lord your God. But before we got the 10 commandments, the first command in the book of Genesis is be fruitful and multiply. Look it up.
Well, that's what he told Adam and Eve, to be clear.
If you don't believe me, it does.
In the book.
Okay, and anybody coming to you, no matter who they are, anybody coming to you say you should be celibate, you should not have children, you should not have a family, they're full of shit. Okay, because they're going against what God said. God ordained in the book of Genesis. God ordained in the book of Genesis, be fruitful and multiply. Okay, well, you can't be fruitful and multiply if you're alone. Okay, you just can't do that. So yeah, it's all bullshit. Don't listen to these people. Like I said, every Christian I talk to, honey, every Christian I talk to said get away from Clubhouse. Every Christian I talked to, all of them, they all agreed. I mean, I was on G-Man's show just last night. I asked them about that damn Clubhouse shit. They said, absolutely not. Stay the hell away from it. Tell Candace, stay the hell away from it. G-Man said it. Beckel said it. Sabella said it. All the Brett Keane, I think, even weighed in on that shit. They all have said, all these Christians here on YouTube that have said, stay the hell away from Clubhouse. It's a tourist trap. It's a way to take your money away from you. Stay away. Okay, so, you know, now if you choose not to do that, then that's on you, not on me, because I'm telling you to stay away. Now, if you don't stay away, then... Well, here's the thing, okay? Well, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing, okay? You know, I was a loyal Christian almost as long as you've been alive. Let that one sink in for a second. All right, and I can tell you, all right, there was nobody more dedicated to Christianity than I was. Like I said, I'm loyal to a fault. That's why the God's picked me in the first damn place. But, you know, I was a loyal Christian, man. You know, I was even out on the street preaching, you know. I had this one truck driver jump into a police cruiser to get away from me because I was wanting to preach the gospel to him. I thought that was hilarious. But you know, and what did I get for it? What did I get for 20 plus years of loyalty? What did I get for it? I got left deep in debt. I got jolted out of my inheritance. I got the family business snatched out from underneath me. I got, you know, I had to work 2-3 jobs at a day, you know, all kinds of turmoil and strife in my life. Couldn't get a girlfriend, couldn't get a wife, couldn't get nothing. The wife I did have divorced me. Lost my 2 children. My 2 boys died. One died just prior to birth, and one died immediately after birth, an hour after birth. Did you go to church? Where the hell? Where would you can sit there and try to blame other Christians all you want, but at the end of the day, where the hell was the Christian God at? Was he on holiday for 20 years? Where was he, man? You know, I mean, and look at my mom. Okay, just here recently, my mom passed away. All right, 91 years old, Christian all of her life, never did anything untoward towards God or Jesus or their Christian way. She was a firm believer in Christianity. She started out in the Holiness Church, Pentecostal Church, Church of God, Assemblies of God, rose up in the ranks, you know, from being a Christian and whatnot. She's dead and had everything she had taken from her. Where was the Christian God in that? Okay. You know, you could sit there and blame other Christians only for so long, and then it's going to be, yeah, hey, we got to look at the source, okay? And the source ain't doing no good. Didn't do no good for my mother. Didn't do good for me. Didn't do good for. I mean, every Christian I've ever talked to, man, the devil's just beating me up one side and down the other. Well, maybe it ain't the devil. Maybe it's just the fact that we pick. You know, sometimes we can pick the wrong deity. You know,
Maybe you just got an abusive deity. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes, hey, you know, I mean,
yeah, true.
You know, but my mom, I mean, look at my mom. My mom was a Christian all of her life. 91 years as a Christian. She lost her inheritance, or, well, she would call it retirement money. She lost her retirement money, damn near lost everything, got put in a home 4 fucking times. I had to go rescue her out of it. You know, where was the Christian
frost gave
God
her
in
the
all
jab,
that shit?
killed her.
Yeah, tried to kill her. Well, they did succeed in killing her. What am I saying?
Well,
They did succeed in killing her.
Well,
But I mean,
basically, yeah, she ended up dying anyway.
But she died. I mean, she died from the death
From the
jab.
COVID shot, yeah, clot
Yeah.
shot.
So I mean, you know what? You know, where was the Christian God in that? You know, you could only say that you know, these Christians are corrupt for so many times, and then it's like, okay, well, we got to look at, you know, who's in charge, which is supposed to be God. You know, and you know, oh well, you know, the devil's currently in charge of the earth. Okay, great, but that doesn't mean God can't still intervene. Where was the angels? Where was her guardian angel at, for God's sake? Was he on holiday? You know, what, my 20 years as a Christian, where was my guardian angel at? Did he take a vacation? Did he go to Tahiti or some shit? I mean, you know, you can only point to other Christians for so many times. And then after that, you got to sit down and assess your situation really hard and say, okay, you know, my mom, 91 years a Christian, she got shat on. I was a Christian for 20 years. I got shat on. Every Christian I've ever talked to in the churches, you know, constantly saying they're getting beat up, you know, in one form or another, either financially or sometimes even physically. You know, it's like, what the hell's going on? Where is the Christian God? Where is he at? Okay, where is the angels? Where is Jesus? Where are these cats hiding at, man? Are they, you know, did they all skip town? What's going on? You know, I mean, you know, ZZ Top even has a song kind of along those lines. It's like, Jesus done left Chicago and he's bound for New Orleans. You know, the inference being that, you know,
that's funny.
Even Jesus wouldn't hang out in Chicago. It was so fucking bad, you know. So I mean, you know, what's going on, man? You know, you can only point at other Christians so long. You know, Tammy Faye Alexander manipulated my wife.
You can only do so much.
Tammy Faye Alexander on Facebook manipulated my wife rather, to convert to Christianity. And when she did that, all hell broke loose in my home. Literally all hell broke loose in my home. We started arguing. Everything started going bad. Everything didn't work right. And
she might try to manipulate.
That was the lady's name, Tammy?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kins. Yeah. Go ahead.
Tammy might try to manipulate your ex-wife, but your ex-wife didn't end up being a Christian because she didn't go to no church. She didn't actually, you know, doing Sunday services and stuff. So she was being manipulated, but she wasn't a Christian.
Well, now wait a minute. That may not be true because we don't know what she was doing at that house that she went to. She went and stayed with that John Chacon. There's no way of knowing what was going on there. She may have attended church while she was there. I don't know, and you don't either. So let's not be too dogmatic about it because she might have attended church. We don't know. But what I do know is that when she dedicated to convert from paganism to Christianity, everything went to shit in my house because, like you said, we were unequally yoked. See, when she was a Wiccan and I was an eclectic pagan, we were equally yoked. Soon as she converted to Christianity, everything went haywire, man. Everything went to shit. It really did. And that's I'm not even making that up. I'm not even exaggerating. Actually,
That's interesting you say that, Vaughn. That's what started. That was the catalyst that started it all.
That was a catalyst. I think it started some of it. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it's important to be equally yoked. Like Candace said earlier, you really should be equally yoked. But see, the thing of it is, typically, the wife becomes what the husband is in most cases, unless now in John's case, he converted Islam to be with his wife. But I mean, typically the wife converts to be with the husband, but it doesn't matter. I guess that's something y'all just work out. But yeah, when she said she was leaving Wiccan and becoming a Christian, everything went to shit, man. It really did. But here's the thing, okay? And then what happens? What happens, Candace? Right after she
hold on a second, Vaughn. I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you know who this Tammy cunt is?
She's on Facebook. Her name is Tammy Alexander. I think she was formerly Tammy Faye Alexander, and then she just called herself Tammy Alexander after that. She's on Facebook. Man. She's on Facebook. Just look for the Tammy Alexander that's friends with all the YouTube trolls and Andrea and this William Blount character, and you'll find her.
I will look it up now. I will look it up now.
Oh, okay. Well, good deal. But I just I'm of the opinion, the buck stops with the Christian God. The buck stops with the Christian.
Well, someone needs to be held accountable, right? Someone needs. I mean, in my opinion, it should be the top-down approach, right? I mean, you shouldn't accuse the customers, but the manager of the situation. Well, right? Who's the top guy on this? I mean, the top guy is this Jay guy, right?
Well, that's the thing. You can't. You can only blame other Christians so long before it's like, hey, where's God at in all this?
Right.
And like I said, my mom was a Christian all her life, 91 years. Okay. And what happened? She got shat on, just like I did, just like many other Christians have. And it's like, hey, maybe, so not all people are meant to be Christian. Did you ever think of that, folks? Maybe not everybody's supposed to be a Christian. Maybe a bunch of us are supposed to be pagan. Some people are supposed to be Jewish. Some people are supposed to be pagan. Some people are supposed to be Muslim, whatever, It's not.
But these people think it's one world, everything. It has to be all or nothing.
And that one shoe fits all doesn't work. It does not work.
That's how Candace thinks, though. Candace thinks everyone has to be a Christian. Everyone has to be the same thing.
Well, no, I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, I can't think that way. I don't believe that way.
Is she coming back? I don't know.
I don't know. She always leaves when she goes researching.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe she'll come back.
But, I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't know what else to say to her. I don't know.
I just, like I said, well, see, and then on top of all that, you've got Napoleon, who went down into the Vatican vaults, came back out white as a sheet, even whiter than normal, because that boy's white. Holy shit, was he white? He comes out of them vaults, white as a sheet, and he says, man, everything we believe is a lie. Everything, religion, politics, science, atheism, all of it, it's all a lie. And so, when you're faced with that, then that's when I said, okay, if everything is a lie, then if there's a deity or deities out there that really do give a damn, I want to hook up with you, reach out to me somehow, some way. And they did. And so, thus Freedom Religion was born. And so, that's what Freedom Religion is. Freedom Religion was born out of the idea that everything you believe and I believe is a lie. And so I went after the real deal. I wanted to find the true gods of creation, and I believe I've done it. I believe I've found them. And we're going to see, because if there's butterflies in that field out there by the thousands, well, then I guess we'll have our answer.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah. Now G-Man and Beckel and them over in the debate coliseum, they're like, well, you ain't got no
show proof. That show last night when I was there, that shit was a shit show.
It was crazy.
Oh man.
Well, that's why Debate Coliseum eventually went under anyway, is because the trolls go in there and they fucking take over that shit.
And then that guy Adrian came in and just was a total fucking loser.
Yeah, well, he's probably a troll, probably a YouTube troll.
Well, you know who I'm talking about, Adrian, right?
Yeah.
Everything you say, he poo-poos it. He doesn't. He's like a contrarian. Now, whatever you could say, the sky is blue. He'll just say it's green. You know, you say grass is green. He'll say it's blue.
Yeah, you could say, you could say grass is green, and he'd say, no, it ain't. You know, it's just to be an ass, you know, just to be a total horse's ass. Yeah, just total horse's ass. But you know, but yeah, this situation regarding Christianity. I mean, you know, now Candace is going to go do some research. I hope she does, and you know, because now Candace, folks, has actually spoke with my kids. Candace got to talk to my children herself.
That's right, she did. Yeah, she saw firsthand how beautiful they are.
Well, she knows that these trolls are lying about the kids. She knows for a fact that these YouTube trolls have lied about these children and about me and about Andrea since day one. She knows it. She's talked to the kids herself. And so she knows for a fact that these kids were never abused. They were never neglected. They were never mistreated in any way. She's talked to them, okay, herself too. You know, she's talked to them herself. And they gave her an earful too, buddy. They gave her an earful. But you know, so you know, these trolls, they've got to pay for what they've done. You know, and so where was the Christian God? Why didn't the Christian God stop these YouTube trolls from hurting these innocent little kids?
Right.
See, you know, there comes a time when you've got to say, okay, you know, what I'm doing does not work, and I need to try something else. You know, there comes that time. 91 years, folks, of dedicated service to Christianity, and it got her nothing. She died poor, scared, and alone. And that is horrible. I would come into this double wide, and she would cry, literally sit in that chair and cry that she ain't got no money and she can't do nothing. And I said, well, Mom, you know, the courts have given all the money to the Frosts, and there's nothing we can do about it yet, you know. And that's all I could tell her. And with that, and with her being doped up on those drugs, see, the drugs kept her mind nothing but mush. And so I'd have to tell her over and over again every day, you know, the same story, because she would start crying. She'd say, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money to do nothing. And it was horrible to watch. It was awful to watch. It was evil to watch.
Yeah, I bet.
It was evil to watch that shit. And that's exactly 1 hour, John. What do you want to do?
Yeah. I still got another 30 minutes.
You still got another 30 minutes? Okay. But it just, you know, that was evil. Okay. Where was the Christian God? Where was her guardian angel? Where was Jesus? Where was they in that? Yeah.
Twiddling their thumbs? Nowhere.
On vacation, I reckon.
I guess so.
So I mean, you know, we could sit there and blame other Christians for only so long, and then it's time to say, okay, this motherfucking shit ain't working. We need to try and find something that does work. And like I said, I believe I finally hooked into the real deal, the true gods of creation that really do give a damn and that really are going to make a change. And like I said, when we see them butterflies out there, man, it's over, because ain't nobody talking about butterflies except yours truly. Okay, so when we see the butterflies, it's all over at that point. There won't be any controversy then, right? Because Christianity doesn't talk about it, Islam doesn't talk about it, Judaism doesn't talk about it, and none of the Orthodox pagan religions talk about it. Okay, and like I said, I've already had 2 people give me solid confirmation that this prophecy is going to come to pass, because they literally are given dreams over and over and over again. They open up their window and they look out, and there's thousands of butterflies everywhere. And this dream occurs to them over and over and over again. Okay, so yeah, it's for real. It's legit. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, folks. You know, so get prepared, you know, because Von's going to be right again. And this time when I'm right, it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, it's going to be a doozy for sure. I don't think these people are going to be able to handle it, to be honest with you.
Some might not be able to handle it.
I think people like Todd and Secular, they're probably going to fucking go into a frenzy and fucking jump out a window. That's what I think.
You know, I don't know.
I think they're going to go butterflies, if you know what I mean.
Well, you know, when you're faced with the fact that every fucking thing you believe is a lie, you know, you're going to have to deal with it, or you're going to go ape shit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how they're going to process that in their mind. But, typically, you deny. But when you see them fucking butterflies out in that field, there's going to be no way to deny that. And so I don't know what, maybe you're right. Maybe their mind will just go tilt and that's going to be the end of them, but I don't know. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Now obviously when I see the butterflies, I'm going to be shouting it from the rooftops, but everybody's different. But the one thing for sure, there won't be any denying it. I need G-Man. Someone get hold of G-Man now.
Flubus Cantrell donated $5 through Super Chat. Vaughn had to tell her the same thing every single day like the movie Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you very much.
No question whose gods are in control and whose gods saved the United States of America, because I got a funny feeling it ain't going to be the Christian God or the Muslim God or the Jewish God or any of the Orthodox pagan gods. It's going to be the gods of creation. Freedom religion is going to save the United States of America. I absolutely believe that 100%. They told me we will restore the republic. They didn't say America. They said we will restore the republic. That's significant, because America as it stands now is not a republic. We are a quasi-socialist state, if we're anything. We're not a democracy, because that's mob rule. My God, that would be horrible if we were a democracy.
Oh, God.
But we're a quasi-socialist state at the moment. And
got to go back to being a constitutional republic, baby.
We're heading towards communism if we don't turn the ship around real fast. That's a fact. So... I'm thinking, considering the amount of time and the speed at which everything is deteriorating, I don't think we're going to have to wait too long for them butterflies to show up. I don't. I think the gods may put everything on fast track and take out the New World Order, take out their fake ass money, the GMO crops. Because a lot of reason we don't see a lot of insects these days. As a boy, I remember as a boy. You go driving at night, your windshield's going to be covered in bugs, man. Literally covered in bugs. Okay. Yeah, I remember that as a boy. Okay. And it didn't matter where you lived either, unless you was living in the Arctic or some shit. But if you was living in a normal place, you're going to get bugs, lots of them. And it's like, well, where the hell do all them bugs go? Well, see,
They're killed off by the GMO,
Yeah,
the spraying pesticides and everything.
Exactly. The GMO crops are literally covered in pesticide. So when that insect lands on that GMO crop, it kills it. It literally kills it dead. And unfortunately, you have a lot of beneficial insects that land on those GMO crops and they fall down dead. Dragonflies, butterflies, honeybees, bumblebees, praying mantises, insects that are good for mankind. They're dying because they they land on these GMO crops, and these crops are covered in pesticides, and it kills them. It just kills them dead. All right, and so we've been seeing a slow decline of insects because of that very reason. And so, obviously, with the arrival of all these butterflies, I have to believe that GMO crops have been completely and utterly destroyed. I don't know how they're going to do it. Don't claim to know how they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. Now, unfortunately, as somebody that knows a little bit about chemistry, hi Dragnut. Anyway, as somebody who knows a little bit about chemistry, I know that one of the ways that we could get rid of GMO crops, and nobody's going to like the answer.
Oh boy,
is by fire. Okay, flame, a lot of it, intense heat. Okay, you would need intense heat to destroy these chemicals.
Maybe a new fresh start. Maybe just burn it all down. Let it start.
Maybe it's such that they'll just burn the shit all down. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm not saying that's what the gods are going to do, because they haven't frankly told me what they're going to do. But I do know as a chemist, one of the ways to get rid of all this GMO bullshit is to burn the fuck out of it. And like I said, it's got to be a really hot heat too. It can't just be a regular old open flame. It would have to be a very intense heat to kill all them chemicals. But it may not be heat. It may not be fire. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know that the gods have said that they're going to deal with this shit and get it done and handled. And I'm so looking forward to that day. That's going to be an awesome, awesome day. But
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to it too, man.
but I can tell you as a chemist, that those chemicals on the GMO crops, the only way I can think of to get rid of them would be fire. And like I said, it'd have to be an intense heat too. Can't just be a regular old forest fire or something. It would have to be really, really, really hot. I don't know how they're going to do it. Is it going to be a fire? Are they just going to chop them all down and grind them up? What, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the New World Order will be forced to take them all down themselves. I have no idea. But what I do know is that if the bumblebees disappear, and this is a long-standing belief, if the bumblebees and honeybees ever disappear, that's it, man. We're done. We're done. And that prophetic word, if you want to call it that, has been around for a long, long time. Is that if we ever lose the honeybee and bumblebee, we're done. We're done. So, is it true? Don't know. We ain't got there, right? We ain't got to that point yet. I saw 2 or 3. When we had that warm spell, I did see 1 or 2 honeybees out and a couple bumblebees out. Nothing in any significant numbers though. And the return of the dragonflies and praying mantises, that's going to be awesome because those are your friends. Okay. Dragonfly, for example, a dragonfly eats its own weight in mosquitoes every night. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. They like those things. Yeah.
They love mosquitoes. Yes. They'll eat their own weight in mosquitoes every night. Okay. So dragonflies are beneficial. Praying mantis, same way. You put praying mantises in your garden, you ain't going to have no bugs because praying mantis will find every bug that you got in your garden and kill it and eat it. They love to eat bugs. So yeah, praying mantises is great. You don't need all these chemicals. Get you a bunch of praying mantises and dragonflies, cut them loose. You won't have a bug problem. I guarantee it.
Right, you have the positive bugs go overtake the negative bugs.
Overtake the negative bugs, exactly right. They say, well, I've got potato plants and those potato beetles just eat the shit out of my potato plant. Get you some praying mantises. I guarantee you lose a bunch of praying mantises in that garden, you won't have a bug because they'll eat every bug inside. You won't have a bug. But see, that's the thing. You gotta learn to use what God has given us. God's in my case, because they provided everything, and you learn to use natural homeopathic, they call it homeopathic things to because we really need to transition away from as many chemicals as possible. Because it's hurting Gaia, it's hurting us, it's hurting the insects, it's hurting the plants and the animals. We got to get away from it. We got to get away from that shit because it's not good. It's just not good. So,
yeah, you're preaching to the choir, Vaughn. Speaking of G-Man, preaching to the choir.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're going to see what develops, but I don't think we're going to have to wait too long. I really don't. I don't think we'll have to wait long at all. It won't be much longer.
I hope not, Vaughn.
I don't believe it is.
I'm with you, man. I'm here.
Yeah.
The same thing with Sammy. Like Sammy always says, good things are happening. I can't wait, man.
Yeah. Well, isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting that me and Sammy's rabbi tend to agree about 90% of the time? I don't believe that's a coincidence. I believe that you could tap into the source, tap into what the gods have put out there, the information the gods have put out there. You've got Nikola Tesla, you've got Edgar Casey, the sleeping prophet. They tapped into that knowledge and were able to utilize that knowledge and try to help mankind. And I'm the same way. I mean, if the gods grant me favor, what am I going to do? I'm going to try my best to help mankind. I've got, I don't know, I got maybe 20, 30 years left. Okay. I'll use those 20, 30 years to try my level best to help mankind as much as possible. That's the best that I can, do, is try and help mankind as much as I can. That's the only thing I can do at that point. So, but, try to do what I can to help out, man, try to anyway. try to. I think we lost Candace. She ain't never come back. And I guess she must seriously be researching
Yeah.
the shit out
Well,
of
she
that.
said well, she also said she wanted to be alone, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. But it's not good to be alone. You know that.
Yeah, it's not good to be alone.
Not good to be alone. Just not good to be alone, man. Not good. Not good. Up. And now I'm alone. And there you go. Oh well. Oh well. But in any event, yeah, we're gonna see how things go, and it shouldn't be too much longer. I don't reckon. Shouldn't be too much longer. Everything will be just ducky. Gonna be great, man. Gonna be great. Gonna be great. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Gonna be great. Mm-hmm. Yipper. I've lost everybody. Oh well. Typical. Currently, let's see what it says there. Currently 35 degrees. Oh, there's John back. He's back.
Yeah, the internet crashed for some reason.
Yeah, your internet crashed on you. Yeah, you got about 15 minutes anyway, so got about 15 minutes, somewhere thereabouts. So 17 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
15 minutes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we ain't got too much longer to wait, I don't believe. And
I hope so. I hope we don't have too much longer waiting.
Yeah. I'm tired of waiting. I gotta say, I'm sick of waiting too, but like I said, the God's ways is not our ways. And they have their timeline and we have ours, and ne'er the twain shall meet. So but we'll see how things go. I don't think we'll have to wait too much longer, because I'm not getting any younger, and I'm fully expecting all these things that they've told me and shown me to come to pass long before I'm gone. Okay, and I've only got what 20 years, 30 if I'm lucky. So I ain't got much longer anyway. So they're going to speed up the process, I think. They're going to expedite this thing, as we say, and get it all done and handled and took care of, and everything will be all right. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'm not really worried, man. I'm not really worried. Okay. There is no doom and gloom in freedom religion, so we ain't got to worry about that. And I don't believe the gods are going to let them have their World War III either. So it could be. It could be, like I said, the demons turn on them and destroy them and destroy everything they own, which is the GMO crop, and just destroy everything. And then that way, the only thing left is all natural shit. So I don't know, though. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know, any of the particulars. They haven't told me. So, but I'm looking forward to everything being cleansed and took care of. And like I said, as a chemist, I can tell you, really, the only thing that's going to kill them chemicals on them GMO crops is fire, and an intense heat at that.
Intense fire,
Yeah,
it makes sense.
But that may not be what they choose to do. They may just choose to cut them down and grind them up or something. I don't know what they're going to do.
Cut them down and grind them up. I love that. Cut them down and grind them up.
I like that too.
That could be the title of our next show, Vaughn. It's going to be Cut them down and grind them up.
Cut them down and grind them up.
Cut them down and grind them up.
I tell you, when GMO is gone, obviously I will want to do a show on that, because that will be a glorious day. I assure you, that'll be a glorious day, and I would want to do a.
It would be a nice day. Yeah, it would be a nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Because think about it. If those pesticides are killing the bugs, what are they doing to us? Stop and think, folks.
Right.
What is all them damn pesticides doing to us, man? They could sit there and say they're removing a bunch of that pesticide off the crop. Okay, I'm willing to accept that. But what about the pesticide that remains? What about, that little 1% of pesticide that stays on there, slowly eating away at us a little over time or something? I don't know. But I just don't believe they can get rid of all of that pesticide, out of that crop. I think we're ingesting some of it ourselves.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Now, microwave goes a
And
long
it
way.
changes probably the DNA of the genetic structure of the food we're eating
plant
too.
itself, right? It could be changing the genetic structure of the plant itself. Yes, it could. That's
I don't know
right.
what it's doing. Yeah,
We don't know what it's doing. They know, but they're not going to tell us. They're never going to tell us what they're doing. No, they're not.
Long-term effects are probably going to be really bad.
The long-term effects can be
In 100
very
years
dire.
from now. Oof.
The long-term effects could be very dire for us. Yeah, they sure could. Absolutely. And then now they've got this damn mRNA technology, which literally rewrites your DNA. Holy shit, that's scary. That's not good.
I'll be right back, man. I'm going to go use I'm going to use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. So what is what is that mRNA rewriting our DNA to? That's a question that needs to be asked, right? We know from the guy that created mRNA that it rewrites the DNA. Okay, well, what's it rewriting it to? Well, nobody seems to know. Nobody seems to be asking that question either. I think that's a very important question to ask. What is that technology changing us into? Those of us that survive it, that is, because most people don't survive it.
No, that's not.
So what's it changing us into? Good question. Is this really the zombie apocalypse?
Folks, is this it? Is this the...
I don't know.
Let's skim it through the end here.
Why some people never become infected with COVID-19.
All right.
Omicron.
Oh, my goodness.
Gotta stop Omicron.
Oh, God.
Up on 130.
All right. Let's, all right. Well, there was some gold, and there was a little bit of gold in there. Let's go back. Let's go to today's. And this may be where he has the microphone issues. We'll skim through it, see if there's anything good. Folks, thanks for joining. Thumbs up the video, if you don't mind. Let's see what's going on. Oops.
And it's a diversionary tactic.
He's been changing his shirts more regularly. I'll give him that.
At the same motherfucking time.
Let's see what's going on.
If I can. If I can. Okay, he's back.
So I got myself the smoky buffalo sandwich or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we're smoking buffaloes, I think that's highly illegal.
Yeah, it looks good. It smells. I mean, when I looked at the ingredients and stuff, it looked pretty good.
Yeah. You didn't get my.
Yeah, you were talking about the buffalo being extinct. That stinks to the Native Americans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Native Americans, wonderful people.
Yeah. They drove it in almost to extinction. Yeah. So, yeah, we got what we got here. Let me see if I can try to get.
So what's the clarification? You said you wanted to tell me something
I got
about
a clarification because apparently nobody seems to fucking understand plain English. So we're going to try to clarify some things.
Your mic is a little low. Did Windows lower you a little bit?
Yeah, Windows probably did. Hold on, let me check my settings.
Oh, you know what it was? You weren't talking directly in the mic. That's what it was.
Is that what it was? I don't know. Yeah,
I hear you.
That microphone isn't. I think I need another microphone. Actually, I may have actually blown it out by yelling. See, some microphones are very sensitive. They're called ribbon mics. And if you yell and scream into them, you'll literally blow them out. So I'm hopefully.
Well, the weird thing about your setup is that you don't have a pop filter in front of your mic.
I have a pop filter. I just don't have it clipped on. I have one,
Okay.
but I don't have it clipped on.
That might help with the yelling.
Because it's a big round black disc, and you can't
Just get a smaller one. Just get a smaller one.
You can't see me though. You can't see me at all, man.
Well, you need that pop filter because when you scream, you're gonna blow it out. That's why you get the pop.
Let me see here. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me mute my mic for 1
You
second.
end up blowing it out like Todd's asshole. You know, you don't want to do that.
Jeez. So I take it all back. Emo's an idiot. That is a condenser mic. I thought he was talking that he replaced it with some other mic. Maybe he does coming up. Maybe I should reserve my judgment. The information he gave was accurate. But, yeah, anyways. I mean, emo should know a thing or two about blowing mics. And assholes. Speaking of that. Fat Photog, see what I did there.
All right. Oh, yeah, there we go. What is that, a karaoke mic? It looks like a wireless karaoke mic.
All right,
here we go. See. You disconnect the cable and plugs in right in the back.
Maybe I spoke too soon, but if it's a vocal mic, it's not exactly like the dynamic mic. But anyways,
The ass end of it. Okay, that's pretty cool. This is we're doing like Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it, do it live. You know, just change the microphone in the middle of the show. We're gonna fix the microphone. Do DIY Von Fix Home Repair. We're gonna clip this out. And it's gonna be called Home Improvement with Von. You're talking to the mic like it works, Von.
All right, now how about now?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Am I good and strong now?
Yeah, but then you have to hold on to it. You want to walk. You want to hold on to it. That's your arm's gonna be tired.
if you know those grills were actually real gold, they wouldn't be there. I'm just throwing that out. I don't know what the point of having gold colored plastic. It might be metal. They're probably just sprayed gold color. But yeah, that's more like a 58 style vocal mic. I guess it's somewhat directional. It's not like a condenser mic, but it's definitely not like 57. So it should be able to pick them up, unless Von's an idiot too. So that's within the realm of possibility here, folks.
Right after a few minutes. Oh wow, you have a big old sucker. Oh, I see. You have it clipped on. Okay, I thought you would have that clipped onto the computer, but it's on a stand. Oh, I see what it is. Oh, I see. Oh, but now we don't have the angel and the symbol.
Right. There we go. How about that?
Oh, beautiful.
That work for now.
Oh yeah.
All right. We shouldn't be getting any dips or what? How's it? Is there any of that fucking noise in the background and shit?
There's a slight hissing sound in the going on though, but it's only when you speak.
It's only when I speak. Okay, but as far as echoes,
it's good.
Or
yeah,
like
no
that,
echoes. You're clear. You sound good. You're nice and loud. Nice and loud.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Beautiful in its simplicity. All right, there we should be cooking now. All right,
now we're cooking with this one.
I've got a black thing that goes over top of this, but I just decided to take it off for the moment. I don't know where it fell. I think it fell back behind me there. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let me grab it. Hold on just a second.
There, go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, let me grab it.
Grab it right by the snatch.
Graboids, buddy. Grab it by the snatch. Yeah. Graboids. Graboids. All right. Beautiful. Get that little hair off there. All right, now we're good.
Oh yeah. Now you don't need a pop filter because you have one of those
I don't
condoms.
need a pop filter, right? Exactly.
Now the problem with this is that mic has to be like right in your face to hear you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
The other microphone was better. What's the name of the other microphone?
The other one is a cheap Chinese knockoff of an expensive microphone. And
Could you imagine? Isn't that sad that the cheap Chinese knockoff sounds better?
Well, the thing of it is that I probably blew that out because you notice I have to angle it in such a way to where you hear me clearly. Whereas
it's the same one with this one.
No,
try
this is
turning.
supposed to be unidirectional.
I
See if I turn this way. Huh?
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I got a bit. Okay,
Yeah, I can't. That's low there. I can't hear you that way.
What? But right
there.
Better.
Perfect. That's the sweet spot. That's the G spot right there.
That's it.
That's the G spot right there.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay. What I'm going to have to do then is I'm going to have to.
You have to. Yeah.
Angle it
when you're on the other side of the
mic,
I can't hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. Let's see here. Well,
There you go. Even that.
Some kind of setup. So this is it, huh? This is better. Awesome.
You sound like
Howard Cosell. I
God
sound like
speaking
Howard
to me.
Cosell. Yeah.
Absolutely,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah. No. The clarification. All right. We're gonna talk about some clarification because we can and we should. And we got these clowns over here talking shit in G-Man show. But I wanna bring up.
Well, who cares what these bums have to say? Who cares?
Well,
Then?
because people watch them thinking they're telling the truth, see, and they're not telling the truth.
Oh,
But I want
that's true.
to point out specifically though, is that G-Man is allowing this blue character here in his live
Domestic
show.
terrorist. He's a domestic terrorist.
And he is a real live domestic terrorist. He's with an online terrorist group called the Honor Network, HONR. They have been reported to the FBI. They are a real domestic terrorist group. And this blue character, his name is Aaron Gray. And there's 3 of them that are on YouTube. There's Aaron Gray, Doug McGuire, and Tiffany Moser. Now, I haven't heard very much from Tiffany Moser or Doug McGuire, but Aaron Gray is still around. He is still prolific. He's still trying to destroy people's lives. And that's what these people do. See, they destroy people's lives. And that's why the FBI needs to step in and shut these things down. The principal thing about the Honor Network is if you speak out against Sandy Hook, what they do is they come in behind you and try to get the government to destroy your life. And unfortunately, it works, sadly. But Blue here, he is a real live domestic terrorist. And so you have to wonder what that says about, and G-Man has been told repeatedly that Blue is a real live domestic terrorist, and G-Man still allows him on his show. So, I mean,
what's his excuse? Why does he let him on? What did he say?
Exactly. I mean, he knows who he is. He's been told, G-Man has been told numerous times who this man is, and he still lets him on. So, I mean, don't be surprised, G-Man, if the FBI shows up, because good old Blue here is a real live domestic terrorist. And if you're having him on your show, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the FBI knocks on your door. Not in the least. So are you okay with that, G-Man? Because they could show up on your door at any moment, because that's a real live domestic terrorist, bro. That's not a joke. That is a real live domestic terrorist. And the FBI could be knocking on your door, G-Man. Okay, you might want to consider not letting that fucker be around, because he is not a good guy. He is a bad guy.
He's a sick puppy.
He's a sick puppy, and he, like I said, he's under Lenny Posner's tutelage, and you can't be letting people like that around, man. Okay, you notice I don't let that fucker anywhere near me, because he's a real life domestic terrorist, and I don't want the FBI beating down my fucking door over that bitch. Okay, he's a piece of shit. Don't be having him around. But anyways, the point I wanted to get to clarify here is because, I wanted to clarify the fact that I got these Christians last night totally fucking defending incest, totally defending marrying your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your niece. And what do we Southerners get accused of all the time, John? What do we get accused of? Incest.
Cousin, yeah.
Okay? Now here's a whole fucking room full of Christians, except for Lubus. Lubus is, I think, an atheist. But here's a whole fucking room of Christians defending incest all fucking night, simply because I brought up the fact that the original story in the Garden of Eden had absolutely nothing to do with incest whatsoever. There were hundreds of us, if not thousands of us. We were digging in the mines for gold. According to the ancient Sumerian text, we were digging in the mines for gold. And and there was no incest, there was no snake, there was none of, you don't have to worry about any of that. But the beautiful thing about the Sumerian version is that we didn't fall from grace. That's the beautiful part about it. We didn't lose the honor and respect of the gods. Okay, and that's an important distinction, one that I take very personally. Okay, but according to the original story, okay, you've got Enil, who did not like humanity. He said we made noises and kept him awake. All right, but then you've got Enki, who did like humanity, and so Enki was the one that helped us out. He got a bunch of the goddesses to help us out, and they, the goddesses gave women makeup and helped them with magic. And Inky gave us fire and strength, and taught us.
Well, you have to understand. I see people asking, what would these gods, the Anunnaki, need the gold for? See, this fits into even a bigger piece of crazy, right? Because it extends beyond just a religious belief. You see, you might want to be... I hope you're sitting down for this. These people believe that there is a planet on a long elliptical orbit, and it comes around every 3,200 years or something like that, and it's due to return soon, and it has what the ancient people worshipped as Anunnaki. These, of course, are some kind of diabolical lizard-like alien species which genetically created humans the last time they were around to mine gold. Now, what do they need gold for? To spray their atmosphere. Because apparently they can't find gold anywhere else in the asteroid belt that would be much more easy to get. But no, they can't. They come to Earth every 3,200 years. They put us to work in their gold mines, and they take it and they spray it in their atmosphere because they need it for their something. But that's where we're at, folks.
How to do things, how to go hunting and whatnot. And so Inky actually gave a damn, whereas Enel didn't give a shit. And so it's kind of like a role reversal of what they've got in the Bible, But the point is that there wasn't just one or two, because everybody says, well, where the hell did Cain get a wife? Well, see, if you go by the Bible version, it would have had to have been incest. But if you read the Sumerian version, there were hundreds of us, maybe even thousands of us digging in the mines. Well, that's exactly where he got a wife from. He just went and found somebody that was there. No incest necessary. See, no incest necessary whatsoever. And so that's the difference. But I had these clowns sitting there literally defending incest all night, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. All because they didn't want to accept the fact that the Sumerian version of the Garden of Eden is much older and predates anything else that's out there, anything else. So I wanted to clarify that. Also, another clarification is the fact that these Christians, I asked them, I said, where are your videos defending me when these trolls are sitting there making all these accusations, saying I'm abusing my kids and I'm abusing my wife and I'm doing this and that? Where's all your videos? Oh, wait, there wasn't any. There wasn't any. They literally had nothing. They sit there and say, "Oh, well, you got this, that, that." Okay, well, where's your videos, G-Man? Where's your videos, Beckel? What, it's not like this shit happened overnight. This has been going on for years. Where's your videos saying, "Hey, VONHELTON never abused his kids. VONHELTON never mistreated anyone"? And you know that to be true. I ain't mistreated nobody. So where, and I sure as hell wouldn't send my kids to school covered in piss and shit. You know that. Okay, so why didn't you get up and defend me? Why didn't you make any kind of defense videos? Because you couldn't. Because you wouldn't. And because the question was raised, why wasn't there any Christians? Okay, well, you guys are online Christians. You could have made videos. You could have defended me. You could have supported me, and you didn't. See,
they chose not to.
The trolls had no problem contacting Clay County and spewing their bullshit to them. Where were you guys at? I'm right smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt. As Christians, you would have had a lot more clout than these atheist trolls would have. Did you know that, G-Man? You would have had tons of clout as a Christian. If you'd have said, "Hey, I'm a Calvinist Christian, or I'm an eclectic Christian, or I'm a Lutheran, whatever the fuck it is you are." I don't remember what you said you were, but Presbyterian, whatever. But if you'd have called down here and said, "Hey, I am a committed Christian. These atheists online that are calling you are full of shit. They're not telling the truth. They are, this man has not been harming his children." You could have actually swayed some of these court cases that have been going on, dude, and maybe even stopped them totally. But see, you never made no videos. You made no attempt to call down here and change people's minds. You sitting there saying, "No, what Christians? Well, you're a Christian. You could have done something that, like I said, the trolls had no problem That trolls had no problem calling down here. None. Zero. They had no problem. The trolls had no problem calling down here and talking smack to these people down here. But as a committed Christian, you could have called down here and said, hey, I'm a committed Christian, and VONHELTON is not sending his kids to school filthy dirty. He's not sending his kids to school covered in urine and feces. I still can't believe that they believe that. Covered in urine and feces, folks. As an upperclassman, do you really believe I'd ever send my kids to school that way? Fuck no, man. No way in hell would I do that. Okay, no way in hell would I send my kids to school like that. Okay, but see, G-Man, a committed Christian, Veckel, committed Christian. You know, none of these Christians on YouTube bothered to take that 2 seconds of their busy day and call down here like the trolls did and said, hey, man, this man's not doing those things. You know, so I don't want to hear it. You know, I want to make it abundantly clear. Not one Christian defended me. Now, I had lawyers defending me, but that's their job. I'm talking about just lay people, ordinary people. They had the ability to call down here to Clay County and say, hey, I'm a committed Christian. Them people that's calling you are atheists. And I can assure you as a committed Christian that this man has never abused his children, never messed. Oh, that looks good, John. That looks real good.
That's the spicy buffalo chicken.
That is a huge sandwich, bro.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a foot long.
How long? Okay, that's a foot long. Okay, yeah, 12 inches. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a huge sandwich, bro. But you know, I mean, you know, so you know, it's easy to talk smack, man, but it's a whole different story when you got to back it up. You know, they had the opportunity, they had every opportunity available to you know, to sit there and say, hey, this man has not abused his kids. That's a lie. This man has not ever abused his kids or his wife or anybody. What are y'all talking about? And see, they could have stopped this. And any one of them people in that panel could have called down here and stopped it. And they didn't. They just didn't. You know, and they got no excuse. Because if the trolls can call down here and start a bunch of shit, they could have called
I think in a way they're kind of worse than the trolls because they were kind of complicit. They didn't do anything.
Well, see, that was another thing I pointed out to them. You know, because they said, well, I never called CPS and I never did that. You don't have to. All you got to do is be complicit with them. All you got to do is capitulate to them. Like I said, civil law. Look it up, folks. Civil law. If you know a crime has taken place and you don't do anything, you don't report it, you are just as guilty as the guy that did it. Oh, that looks good, John. That really looks good. That looks extremely good. You're making me hungry.
Got onions and cheese and
yeah, it looks
sauce.
Really good, man.
Oh, I got sauce all over me.
It looks really good, man. But yeah, I mean, you know, they can sit there and talk, you know, and the whole damn outside chat's just full of YouTube trolls.
Hateful people, yeah.
And you know, it's like, you know, why are you giving these people a voice, man? You know, let them go talk shit over on their own YouTube channels. Why you got to get them a voice? Why you got to give them a voice, man? Let them go talk shit on their own YouTube channel. They got a YouTube channel. Let them go talk there. You know, but you know, you could sit. You know, like I said, it's easy to talk shit. You know, but it's a lot harder when you got to back it up. You know, this shit's been going on for 15 goddamn years, actually longer than that, but we'll go with 15 for right now. It's been going on for 15 years. And in that 15 years, G-Man, Beckel, you know, Jill, any of these Christians, any of you could have piped up and said, hey, man, this man ain't abusing his kids. That's a lie. Okay, you could have defended me. You could have stepped up, man, and none of you did. Okay, so you have no leg to stand on whatsoever. None, zero. Okay, none. And you know, and that, oh well, you know, how do you know it was a Christian God that destroyed your life and you know all this? Because I was a Christian at the time. All these people down here that are attacking me are Christians. It was all the things that happened in Ohio. They were Christians. Okay, so yeah, you know, and where was the Christian God and all that? Where was he hiding? Was he on holiday? Was he hiding?
He was twiddling thumbs. He didn't care.
Yeah,
he might have been doing it. He might have been the one doing it.
20 years of dedicated service as a Christian, and God treats me by killing my 2 boys, destroying 2 marriages, leaving me deep in debt all my life. What loving God does that to their child? Do you think I would leave my children deep in debt like that? Hell no. Do you think I would let my children get abused or attacked or mistreated? No, fuck no. I would never let nobody do that to my kids. But see, you're good at you actually get on there and justify that shit. And that's wrong. That's sick and wrong. There ain't no loving God in that. That's not a loving God. That's a damn tyrant. That's what that
psychopath.
is. Psychopath, tyrant, whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's certainly not a loving God. You know, a loving God ain't going to treat his children that way, man.
Well, this buffalo chicken with cheese is pretty good.
It sounds like it, dude. It sounds like it. Makes my little Three Musketeers minis seem like nothing, man. I gotta put this down. But yeah, man. I mean that that's bullshit, dude. All right. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to talk shit on the internet. It's quite another to back it up. And you've had years and years and years to make a video. I mean, just one video. You could have made one video. I could have given the link to my attorney. My attorney could have downloaded it, gave it to the judge, and who knows? I might even have my kids right now. But see, y'all never come to my defense. None of you did. I'm telling you, G-Man, the FBI is well aware of Aaron Gray, Tiffany Moser, and Doug McGuire. You know how I know they're aware of it? Because I fucking called them on the phone. I personally called them on the fucking phone. So yeah, the FBI is aware. I'm telling you, you better not have him on your show no more, because I'm telling you, FBI liable to show up at your door, dude. No lie. I sure as fuck don't want him showing up to my door. I've already had him out here once. I don't need him out here a second time. But, that's up to you, G-Man. You do whatever you want, but I know, you notice I don't allow any of these fucks around me. You know why? Because number one, they're full of negativity. Number two, because they're dangerous people, man. I mean, look what they've done to my family. Look what they've done to Emo Hallingwolf. They almost killed Emo Hallingwolf. They swatted the poor man. What if Emo Hallingwolf had gotten up out of his chair at the wrong time? Boom, 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 boom. 6 shots right to the chest.
Yeah, that's terrible.
All right. Now, thank the gods that didn't happen. But could it have happened? Oh, hell yeah. It could have happened. Emo Hallingwolf could be dead right now because of these sick fuckers. The same fuckers you're allowing on your show, G-Man. You can't be allowing these sick fucks. And Sabella, why in the fuck do you have Sabella as a mod and her one of my biggest haters? Why? Why do you? Why did you? I mean, that'd be like having Tiffany Moser and Baby Jane as your fucking moderators. Oh wait, hi Agent 19. Hi Agent 19, who has Tiffany Moser and Baby Jane as his moderators in his show. Holy shit! My biggest haters, people that admitted calling CPS, people that have admitted trying to get me accused of being a goddamn pedophile. What the fuck, man? And you got them as moderators on your show? Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? But yeah, I mean, I'm just putting everybody on blast because everybody.
There you go.
I mean, John, do you understand what I'm saying when I say that there's an older story, an older version of Genesis out there where there is no incest, there is no snake, there is no falling from grace? I mean, doesn't that sound like a much better story and a nicer story?
To be honest with you, that's the same version that I would used to believe in the from the Jewish perspective. That's the way we see it.
Well, exactly.
It's only the Christians that see it like the stuff that like a disturbing alternate version of it.
Right. Yeah, see that, and I literally had these Christians defending.
But they're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna listen to what you have to say.
Well, no, because Moloch is literally controlling their minds, bro. I mean,
so deep. They're so deep in the lie,
Mm-hmm. Well, I all you can do is tell people, and whatever they do, But now I'm telling you, G-Man, Blue is a bad news. Okay,
bad dude, like Corn Pop.
Like Corn Pop. He's bad dude. You don't want that. You don't want him around, but Because I tell you, you don't want no visit from the FBI, I assure you, because that's not fun. Now, when the FBI come out, we had a cordial conversation. It was fine. Because I'm not, I ain't got no criminal record. I'm not a lawbreaker. But what if I'd had a criminal record? Things could have been a lot different. Okay. Thank the gods I didn't have a criminal record when the FBI showed up or when the police showed up out here. What if I'd have had a criminal record? Things could have ended up a lot different. They could have thrown me in jail over.
He's holding his microphone because he had to replace his microphone because the other microphone, it's on its way out. He blew it out raging in G-Man's little get-together. If you missed it, you can have a taste of it just before he rage quits. But it starts dying on him.
Put back, and they've already started.
You know they're lying to you, right?
Yeah.
Well, G-Man, I'll tell you what, buddy. How about I pose a challenge to you? I got a prophecy out there called the butterfly prophecy. Mm-hmm. And that prophecy says that when the New World Order is destroyed and America is restored as a republic again, that there's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of butterflies of all colors, shapes, and stripes. So when you see those butterflies, I want you to commit right now that you will transfer your flag to freedom religion and drop Christianity once and for all.
That's called spring.
Once and for all, G-Man. When you see those butterflies out there,
dreaming about
there won't be no other explanation other than my God.
Okay, you got a deal. You got a deal.
Freedom religion is the only answer when you see all them butterflies.
You got a deal, Vaughn. Vaughn, you got a deal. But now, Vaughn, you got to do something for me, Vaughn.
What have I got to do for you?
If the New World Order isn't destroyed,
that allowed my two sons to die. Worship a God that left me penniless and in debt.
I've heard this story a million times. Listen, okay? Here's what you got to do, Vaughn. Okay?
Yeah, you really think it's gonna be that easy? You really think it's gonna be that easy?
You really think you're gonna be able to stand on your feet? You really think you're gonna be capable?
You're monologuing and not listening. You're not listening.
You can't tell me that Frost and these other people was doing here. You're going to go to a judge. Hold on a minute. You're going to go to
do this as a trial in order to make you a better person. How do you know? Number 4, how do you know that it wasn't your false gods, the gods that whose names you don't even know? How do you know that it wasn't them putting you through this trial in order to make you a better person? You don't know any of this stuff. The fact of the matter is that you went through atrocities that every other human being in life has gone through, and yet because instead of you taking up responsibility and manning up and pulling up your boy pants and just sucking it up just like every other normal human being has to do in this life, what you want to do is you want to point the fingers at something that you have absolutely no control over, and you want to say that that's the problem. And you expect people here to take you seriously? Really? Nobody here is taking you seriously. Not a single person. No one in a side chat.
So these were some of the more mellow moments for Vaughn. He actually did clip his mic out quite a bit. We covered it earlier at the beginning of this Hangout, or our stream, I guess. Whatever the kids are calling it these days. So if you don't want to give Vaughn the view or G-Man or whatever, you can watch our coverage at the beginning of this video. Or you can watch it in all its unedited glory over on G-Man's channel. Yes, I just gave him a plug. It is his video after all. But that's what we're referencing. And that you can see he has the dove and the golden mic set up with the whole thing and the beads. And, yeah, he blew it out. So that, in a nutshell, if you're just joining, folks, is why he's holding the karaoke mic now. Yeah.
For this shit. Okay, thank the gods I had no criminal record. Okay, so you gotta weigh the cost, G-Man. It is not cost effective to be having that fucking terrorist on your show. Because I'm telling you, the FBI.
It's just a matter of time before Blue turns on G-Man.
Well, exactly right, John. It's only a matter of time before Blue turns on him. Because Blue is not a Christian. Blue is not a Christian. So yeah, these atheists, they don't care, buddy. And that's another thing too. Some of these trolls, I mean, G-Man even admitted that some of these trolls is ones that got him fired from his job. And it's like, why are you fucking letting them on for? Why are you giving them a voice? Let them talk. Let them go talk shit on their own YouTube channel. Why you got to give them a voice? Oh wait, you don't. Got David Anthony on there. David Anthony, big YouTube troll. By his own admission, big YouTube troll. Got him on there talking shit. Let me see if I can find him here. Where is he at? He's down near the end. Down near the end. Let's see, where is it?
By his own admission, we watched him denying being a troll. Well, no, I guess he did say it's been around, but he said that he doesn't call. I think, didn't he? We'd have to go back and watch, because I think he asked Vaughn if he was a troll, and then said he never called or did anything. I don't know. I don't think he came out and admitted. I don't know.
Yeah, there he is, down there near the end. David Anthony, he's in this particular one, he's right above me. Let me zoom it up there. All right, David Anthony, right up there above me. Big time YouTube troll. Kind of looks like Todd. Isn't it funny that all the damn YouTube trolls are starting to look alike? What is that? Is that a trend? Anyway, David Anthony, Todd Melicote. Now to G-Man's credit, he did say he was not going to let Todd Melicote come on. So apparently him and Todd Melicote have had a very serious falling out of some kind. But I mean, still yet, G-Man. I mean, you can't be letting people on there. The reason they're...
We both got fucked with no move. Ooh, ooh, ah, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Annabelle P. donated £10 through Super Chat. Thank you for your service, Sec.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate that. And, yeah, thanks.
There is because they know you'll let them harass the fuck out of me. That's why they're there. They know you'll let them get away with harassing me and doing whatever in that outside chat. I mean, how many times last night did you tell me to ignore the outside chat? Well, who do you think's watching that outside chat? YouTube, Google, hundreds of people, maybe even thousands later on if the video stays up. You don't know who's seeing these videos and who's able to parse through some of that. Now, hopefully, and then not only that, I don't know how loud this microphone was compared to that one, but the microphone, this one is louder than that one, or that one's
equal.
Oh, they're about equal. Okay, that's unfortunate because when I'm on G-Man's, nobody could hardly hear me. My now he could have potted me down, but hopefully he did. Hopefully he didn't do that, but he could have potted me down. But yeah, it was real easy for everybody to talk over me, and it's like, well, shit, what are you gonna do? But that's.
Fuck with no move. Ooh, ooh, ah, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Pacific Northwest Jess is back, donated $10 through Super Chat. Been a long time King of Canada.
Well, thank you for being here as well, and I do appreciate that. Ladies, you're making me blush here.
It's the thing, you can't sit there and coddle these criminals, and that's another thing, G-Man. A lot of these people have criminal records. Now, I don't know about David Anthony, but I know Darren Morrison has a criminal record. Larry Frost has a criminal record. I think Warren L. Mason has a criminal record. I'm not sure about Ernie Chrysler. I don't know if he does or not. But a lot of these clowns, they got criminal records, man. Okay, and whenever you aid and abet these people, you're aiding and abetting a criminal in a criminal act, because harassment is a crime. It might be a misdemeanor, but it's still a crime. Okay, and you're harboring that. You're encouraging that. Okay, whenever you give them an audience, you're encouraging them to keep doing what they're doing, which is what I tried to get through to you last night. Okay, when you give them a voice, when you give them a platform, when you give them the chance to speak in the outside chat, you're basically saying it is okay for you to bash Von Helton in the outside chat. It's okay for you to call Von Helton a pedophile and a murderer and a rapist and all that. You're basically saying it's okay for them to do those things. Okay. And how long would I have lasted in that? Sabella Shepherd is one of my haters. How long would she have let me talk shit on one of these trolls in the outside chat? About 2 seconds.
She would have got rid of you right away.
Yeah, she would have banned me instantly, and that's a fact. If I'd opened up on one of these damn trolls in the outside chat, she'd have banned me instantly. Okay. So, you could sit there, like I said, you can talk smack all day long, but the proof is in the pudding, and there is no pudding. There is no videos. There's not one video of you defending me against these trolls and trying to get my kids back, or, defending me against me. I mean, these trolls accuse me of raping my wife and beating my kids and locking my kids up in a cellar and everything else. Where was your video defending me, G-Man? Where was Veckel's video? Where was Jill's video? Where was any of you Christians? coming to my defense. Yeah, not one of you. None of these Christians down here locally came to my defense. And David Anthony's like, well, they didn't know. Actually, yeah, they did. It was in a court of law, for fuck's sake. Everybody down here knew. It was in a goddamn court of law. Everybody down here fucking knew. No one came to my defense, man. No one did. Sorry, but they didn't. That's just
I think the truth of the matter is that these people don't really care about us, Ron.
No, they don't.
Veckel don't care. G-Men don't care, man.
No, they don't.
We could be lying. We could be dying in a ditch, and they would just walk right over us.
I literally was dying over there. I was literally dying over there. No electricity, no water, no food because they had cut off my food stamps. Cut off my food stamps at the state level. I had to contact a state representative to get my damn food stamps turned back on. That's interesting. That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? So, but that's the thing, man. Like I said, man, this it ain't like this shit happened overnight. This has been going on for years. Where's your videos? Where's your videos saying no, Von Helton did not send his kids to school covered in urine and feces, piss and shit, as we say here. No, he didn't. Obviously, as an upperclassman, I would never do that shit. It would ruin my reputation. It would be dangerous. Plus, not only that, it's non-hygienic. It's riddled with disease and shit like that. I would never.
And it would ruin his reputation as an upperclassman. I gotta put that fucking back. I don't give a fuck. I gotta put that back.
Upperclassman, I would never do that shit.
Oh my God!
I had to contact
Here we go.
State representative to get my damn food stamps turned back on.
I don't know why I find that so funny.
That's interesting. That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? But that's the thing, man. Like I said, man, this it ain't like this shit happened overnight. This has been going on for years. Where's your videos? Where's your videos saying no, Von Helton did not send his kids to school covered in urine and feces, piss and shit, as we say here. No, he didn't. Obviously, as an upperclassman, I would never do that shit. It would ruin my reputation. It would be dangerous. Plus, not only that, it's non-hygienic. It's riddled with disease and shit like that. I would never do that to my kids. Never. And everybody down here knows that. So where's your defense videos for that? Yeah, see, they don't exist, okay? The trolls didn't seem to have any trouble contacting people down here. So where's all the Christians online defending me? Yeah, they don't exist, okay? So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to take your Christian God, who we now know is actually Moloch. Jehovah and Moloch, same dude. We've got archaeological evidence to prove that. And so, you're worshiping Moloch, a blood drinking, baby killing demon, okay, from ancient Sumer. Speaking of ancient Sumer, that's who you're worshiping. And like I said, we've got Hillary Clinton's own emails that verify that shit. So, I don't know what to tell you, man. Other than but I wanted to get on here and make a clarification on that shit. Because nobody could hardly hear me last night. I'm watching the video. Nobody could hardly hear me.
Well, I hear you now.
Everybody just kept talking over me. Nobody could hear me. So, even though I made valid points, nobody wanted to hear it. They were too busy talking over me. And so I wanted to get that out of my system this morning. And it's noon time now, afternoon. But whatever. But I wanted to get it out of my system. So I did. Now, are you at the restaurant, John? Or are you at home, or what are you?
Yeah, I'm at Panera Bread.
Oh, you're still at Panera Bread. Okay.
That's where I got the sandwich from.
Right. Are you on lunch break or what?
Yeah, lunch break. You can call it that.
You got to work today?
I finished up. I'm done for the day. Yeah.
For the day, really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, well, that's good.
I still have to get going. I got other stuff to do.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well.
Yeah, we do an hour show, and then I'll get going.
Right.
Another 20 minutes, another 30 minutes.
Okay. All right. Because moving's a big investment and a big to do. So I mean, I understand it.
Yeah.
I definitely understand.
It's a big project.
It is. It is indeed. I wish you all the luck, man. I really do.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I know that can be a real harrowing experience sometimes.
I mean, you only had to worry about moving from the single wide to the double
And that
wide,
would,
but
and I still ain't got everything moved. So I mean,
right, exactly, yeah.
so yeah, it's a
It's
job, man. It's a job.
it is a job.
Yeah, yeah. I still got a whole bunch of shit I got to get out of there and bring over here that I ain't done yet. But
Well,
of course,
that's weird. That's trippy looking. Look at that.
isn't that trippy looking? Yeah, it kind of looks like a fish's eye or some shit.
It's like the inside of Todd's head. It's empty.
It's empty.
It's hollow.
Yeah, yeah.
But it does look like kind of like a fish's eye, though. You're right.
Looks like a fish's eye. Yeah. I thought it did. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if you had a particular direction you wanted this show to go in, but I wanted.
Oh, it's good. I just wanted someone to chat with. You know me, I get kind of lonely, so I need someone to keep me company.
Tell me about it. I get lonely. Ain't nobody knows that more than me. I mean, I've lost everything.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody knows that more than me. But yeah, it's easy to talk shit. It's quite another to back it up. Like I said, this shit didn't happen overnight. This has been going on for years. Where's the videos defending me, guys? Where are they at? Let me see them. Yeah. Oh, wait, there isn't any. Not one. Even though I've been proven right consistently, not one video in my defense. Not one.
It's true. You've been right.
I've been right. I got the videos to prove it. I got the videos to prove it. And like I said, the family judge said no laws were broken. Children were never in any physical danger. He was just tired of people constantly calling CPS. That's what he does. That's what he said. He said, I'm tired of all these allegations of neglect. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that translate into? That means he's tired of people calling CPS. Well, who's calling CPS? Trolls on YouTube. Trolls on YouTube. They're either contacting these schools down here or some other government agency down here, and then they call CPS. Okay, and the judge was just tired of the bullshit. I can't really blame him. I can't really blame the judge. I'd be tired of the bullshit
if he's a judge, he should have had the backbone to stand up to it. Actually, in my opinion.
Well, see, here's the thing that should have happened.
To me, that judge was a little bit of a pussy, in my opinion. That he don't have the balls to go through with it.
Well,
come on, you're a judge, for God's sakes.
Well, here's the thing. When Andrea was driven insane and had to be put in a mental institution.
Yeah.
That's when the judge should have put the kibosh on all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
He should have said, okay, listen, this man's lost his wife. He's going to lose his marriage. That's enough.
Boom.
And the judge should have put his foot down and put a restraining order on CPS saying, hey, no more phone calls about VONHELTON. Screw that shit. Okay, that's done. That's what the judge should have done. Now, obviously, hindsight's 2020. We can always play coulda, shoulda, woulda. Now that it's all over, said and done. But that is the truth. The judge should have put the kibosh on this whole mess when Andrew was put in an insane asylum, and he didn't do that. And I don't know why he didn't do that, but he should have. And that's, that would have ended it right there, because if the trolls keep calling CPS and other people can't keep calling CPS, that would have been the end of it right there. Okay, because like I said, now they got these people in Burning Springs to lie and say that my kids went to school covered in urine and feces.
Which is a lie.
Which is a total lie. I'm an upperclassman. I would never send my kids to school that way, ever. Okay, so they knew it was a lie. And then they lied saying the kids' hair was covered in lice, which was another lie. Foster parents testified under oath that they were not dirty, their clothes were not dirty, and they were not covered in lice. Okay, so it all ended up being lies, folks. It was all lies. Now, that should have got me the kids back, right? Oh, well, that's the end of the court case, right? They lied, give me the kids back. No, the CPS changed the tears on the Titanic and said, oh, well, it's because of a dirty house, okay? So then my kids come in and testify under oath. Said the house was not dirty at all. What the problem was that I was potty training a puppy. And they didn't like that, and they freaked out over it and said, oh, my God, we got to take the kids because he's potty training a puppy. Well, last I checked, potty training a puppy is not a crime in the state of Kentucky. It is not child endangerment. It is not child neglect. It is not child anything. In fact, if you go online and research having a puppy in the home is actually therapeutic for your children. It actually helps their mental health and their physical well-being. So having a puppy in the home is a good thing, not a bad thing. But see how they twist it? They twisted it. Oh my God, he's potty training a puppy. We got to take them kids. We got to take him kids. So it wasn't over a dirty house. My kids testified it wasn't. They said the problem was I was potty training a puppy. All right. So then CPS changes the chairs on the Titanic again. And I forget now what it was. He wasn't compliant with our little fake document that we keep giving him. Case plan. I had to think of it there, Brendan. Yeah, they got this little piece of paper called a case plan. It is not a legal document. They will lie and try to say that it is, but it is not. It is not. It does not. It's not been verified by a notary public or anything of that nature. It's not a legal document. They want to claim it is, but it's not. No judge has signed, now if it had a judge's signature on it, or if it had been, stamped by a notary public, then yeah, it would have been a legal document, but it's not a legal document. These case plans they come up with are strictly their opinion. And they can put anything on these case plans they want.
Sure, yeah, anything.
They could say that John is obese. Okay, for example. They could say that John is obese, and because John is obese, we're not going to give him his kids back. Now, that's totally illegal according to the law, but because they have it on their stupid little case plan, they can get away with it. And see, that's wrong. That should not be allowed.
It's like it's kind of like cooking the books, in their
exactly.
favor.
It's kind of like cooking the books. That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like cooking the books, but this is nothing but their opinion. Von Helton has to take out the trash. Okay, well, what's the implication? The implication is that I wasn't taking out the trash, which is a total lie. Of course I was taking it. Dude, if I was taking out the trash, that single wide would have been full of garbage bags. There would be garbage bags on top of garbage bags. And there wasn't, was there? No, of course not. It was a lie. And then they got mad because I didn't clean the house. Well, I didn't clean the house because why? Oh, because they got my stimulus check taken from me. They got my tax return taken from me. They took Jerry's money away from me. They literally left me penniless over there with no money. And then they tell me, a confirmed cripple, that I got to clean my own house. Okay, well, there's cruel and unusual punishment right there. Locked in solid, cruel and unusual punishment. But moreover, when you take away all my money and then tell me I got to clean a house, well, where am I going to get the money for the supplies?
Cruel and unusual punishment for Von Helton, almost 60 years old. For him to be able to clean his own house. Now, Vaughn, I want you to think about this. If your excuse to the court is you are so disabled that you can't even maintain a clean house and keep the dog shit picked up, yet to the same court argue you should get your kids back because you would be a competent parent. Like, folks, it's the shit abyss. Don't stare in it. Don't stare into it too long. It does funny things to a man.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to go buy cleaning supplies if I ain't got no fucking money. How am I going to hire somebody to clean the house if I ain't got no fucking money? But here's the fun part. I finally get some money, right? And I pay you $300 to go over and clean that trailer up from stem to stern. Had it looking like a dollhouse, right? Looked great. $300. And so I get into that damn courtroom, and what does the judge say? Oh, I wasn't worried about the single wide. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, geez, Louise.
It's like, fuck, man.
What a waste, right?
All these 3 fucking years. 3 years.
That's all they bitching about, yeah.
And that's all they would bitch.
What a waste. Like, you shouldn't have the trailer clean anyways. Like, isn't that's the point? Like, that they just don't get it. Because they normalize this just crazy behavior, right? It's like, I cleaned for nothing. No, it should be clean anyways. All the time. Anyways.
Sorry. About was the fact that I hadn't cleaned the damn single wide, and then I get in the court and the judge like, I ain't worried about single wide. I wanted to hear how much money you was bringing in, and I wanted to hear if anything had changed in your situation. I said, yeah, a lot's changed in my situation. I'm in the double wide. I've got money now. I can take care of the kids just fine. And then that, and when I was able to deflect from that and counter that, then that's when he said, well, I'm just tired of people calling and making accusations of neglect all the time. I mean, that's what the judge said. He said he
won every time, and he just kept changing the goalposts.
Yeah. Instead of reining in CPS, which is what he really should have done, he didn't do that. He didn't rein him in. He could have, but he didn't. And that's where everything went sour. Is as soon as Andrea went into that mental institution, that should have been the end of any phone call about Von Helton. It should have never been allowed to continue after that. And see, that's the problem, but it never was. But now getting back to these so-called Christians on YouTube, not one of them came to my defense. Not one.
It's true. Not one.
Not one.
To be fair to G-Man, these people don't go to anyone. These people don't go to anyone's defense. They don't care about anyone but themselves.
Well, that's true. That may be true.
I mean, in a way, it's in a way, I wouldn't expect anything from them, Vaughn. I know you want them to come out, but they don't.
I would think as many years as G-Man has known me, he would know that I wouldn't send my kids to school covered in urine and feces. I would think he would know that I wasn't raping my wife or beating my wife, or that I wasn't abusing my kids or locking my kids away in a cellar like Sabella Shepherd said. I think she even said that shit last night, that I was locking my kids away in their rooms or in a cellar or some shit.
And G-Man let them get away with it.
I would never do that. I would never fucking do that. Okay, and G-Man knows this, but yet G-Man never once come to my defense in a video. If he had done that, I could have given that video to my attorney. But see, he never did. And see, that's the thing. The only voice Clay County heard was trolls and haters. They never got to hear from people that know how I was in real life. They never got to hear from people that knew me online and knew that I would never do those things. They never got to hear from any of those people. Okay, because if they had, it would have changed the narrative. I'd probably, let me go out on, I'm going to go out on a limb right now. If G-Man and Beckel and some of these other Christians, Jill, for example, Jesus is Lord, we call him Jill for short. If these guys would have made videos and I would have given them to my attorney, I'd probably still have my kids right now. I probably would.
You think so?
I think so. I really do.
Powerful, huh?
Because see, they're Christians, see, and Christians is what's going on down here. See, these online assholes are atheists. Okay. And G-Man could call up and say, hey, I'm a committed Christian. I live in Pennsylvania or where the fuck he lives. And I can assure you that Vaughn is not that way. He's not sending his kids to school covered in urine and feces. He's not beating the shit out of his kids. He's not doing any of that crap. He could have made a video. I could have given the link to my attorney, and I'd probably still have my kids today. I probably would, because the only voice Clay County heard was the voice of these trolls.
The voice of the animals, yeah.
Yep. Or they heard from these frosts who had an agenda, That's all they ever heard from. They never got to hear from anybody that was actually on my side, not one person.
I hear you, Vaughn, and a lot of people hear you, and the world will hear us soon, as George Bush said when the Twin Towers came down.
The world's going to hear us real soon.
Yeah, you might not. They'll hear us all soon. So that's what it comes down to, Vaughn. They're going to hear us soon. Don't worry about it.
They're going to hear us real soon. Yeah, because the guy.
And that being said, I'm going to get going. I have to catch the bus. Get going. Where I have to go.
Okay.
I'll see you soon, Vaughn. Take care. God bless you. You're in my prayers.
I appreciate you, John. You have a good day.
Take it easy. You too.
All right. Bye-bye. And there he went, folks. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's easy to talk smack. Where's your proof, though? Where's your backup? Let me see your videos. Let me see your videos where you actually defended me. You ain't got them. They don't exist. The only voice Clay County heard was the voice of the trolls and the frosts. They never got to hear the voice of anybody that actually knew me online or in real life. And by the way, let me go on ahead and put the Gentrys on blast too, because the Gentrys are police officers in Ohio. One letter from the Gentrys, especially police officers that are on the force, one letter from them down here to Clay County, and this shit would have ended overnight. I mean, one of the Gentrys is chief of police in Ohio, for fuck's sake. And he could have wrote a letter. He could have wrote a letter and stopped all this shit. So I'm putting the Gentrys on blast too. All right. It's not just the YouTube Christians. I'm putting the Gentrys on blast. They could have done something. There's a lot of people that know who I really am and know that I would never do these things that I'm being accused of. But see, nobody came to my defense. Not one person. All Clay County heard was the voice of the trolls and the frosts. That's it. That's the only voice they heard. They never got to hear people that actually defend me. And so now I've lost my kids forever. My mother is dead. My wife is well, at least I hope my wife is institutionalized. She needs to be in an institution where she can get good care.
I'm not sure about that, Annabelle, because I'm not even sure if he's got water back. I don't know if you knew this, but unless somebody out there caught something that I don't know about, but he was without water. I think he was bringing in buckets from Lake Alice to flush the toilet every so often. I don't imagine every time, but I don't want to speculate on that, but let's be real.
But, I hear she's with her mom, whatever. She really should be in an institution where she can get good care, but whatever. The point is that I've literally lost everything. Now, luckily, the gods have given me a victory. I've gotten my property back, and here very soon I'll be getting my inheritance money back. And then so things are going to happen, because, of course, that won't fix getting my kids back. They're gone forever. But, having said that, though, at least I'll have my property and my inheritance money, and then I can take these fuckers to court and sue the dog piss out of them. But it won't bring my kids back, unfortunately. But maybe it'll if I sue them for a large enough amount of money, maybe it'll deter them from doing this to someone else's family. That's the way you have to look at it, right? You have to look at it as a deterrent at this point, because nothing's going to really change at this point. The only way things would change is from a letter from the governor. But unfortunately, here in Kentucky, our governor is a Democrat, and quite frankly, the governor doesn't give a shit. Okay, he just doesn't. Okay, he could care less. So that's unfortunate, and that's just the way things are. So once I get my inheritance back, then I start suing the fuck out of everybody, and at least I'll get some kind of monetary damage for what's happened to my family, but it won't bring my family back. That's the thing, and that's unfortunate. But there's nothing I can do about that at this point. Like I said, short of a letter from the governor. And the governor's not going to do jack shit. I was emailing the governor, a liaison to the governor. I was emailing all this information to the governor. The governor knew everything that was going on. So I call an attorney. I say, hey, can we sue the state of Kentucky? Nope. Can I sue the governor? Nope. Can I sue Clay County? Nope. It's like, who the fuck can I sue? Nobody. I told him, I said, well, let me at least sue the pros. Nope, can't do that either. It's like, fuck. What good is a lawyer if you can't sue somebody? What the fuck? That's really stupid. But whatever. I just, I'm going to have to, I'm literally going to have to go outside the state of Kentucky to get an attorney that'll actually let me sue somebody. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that sad? I actually have to go outside Kentucky to get a decent, quit giving me that slow charging bullshit. I thought I turned that off anyway. But yeah, isn't that sad? I got to get an attorney from outside Kentucky just to sue somebody. That's pretty damn sad. But whatever. I'm gonna play this video back, see how my audio is doing. Because I don't know that I may have blown that speaker out from yelling at these stupid idiots. I may have blown that speaker out because I notice if I'm off just a little bit, you can't hardly hear me. So I may have blown that speaker out. No joke. I may have literally blown it out. That's unfortunate too, but whatever. Shit happens. Anyway, in any event, though, G-Man is sitting there, giving these trolls a platform, and as long as he's doing that, he's giving the maiden comfort, which is, that's against the law, G-Man. These people are criminals. They got real criminal records, some of them, and even the ones that don't have actual criminal records. What are they doing when they're harassing someone? Oh, they're committing a crime. They're committing a crime. Harassment's a crime, G-Man. People ain't allowed to harass. You think people's allowed to come on here and harass me? No, it's a crime. I call the cops and they get hauled away. Not allowed to harass people, man. It's against the law. Where are you getting that the law changes just because you're on the internet? No, the law doesn't change just because you go on the internet. If you're harassing somebody, you're committing a crime. It might only be a misdemeanor, but it's still a crime. You don't have a right to harass the fuck out of people, man. No way. And like I said, YouTube's got rules on the books. And see, that's another thing. If YouTube would have simply enforced their terms of service, none of this would have been happening. But YouTube chose not to do that. And so YouTube has a lot to answer for too. And we're going to make sure that shit happens. And it looks like we're coming up on 1 hour exactly. What about that? And that's amazing, isn't it? How the gods set that timing just right. And that's another thing too. They kept bashing my gods, saying, well, your gods, when are you gods going to do this? When are you gods going to do that? They're going to do it when they're good and ready. It's not my place to tell a god what to do. You going to tell your Christian God what to do? I mean, seriously, you going to tell your Christian God what to do? I mean, that's utter stupidity, man. Just utter stupidity. And I don't know what the major malfunction is, but it's utter stupidity, man. But there's no sense in me going. I guarantee you, I stopped going to the debate coliseum. Watch all them trolls disappear. Because the only reason they're there is because they know they get to bash me all day, all night. That's the only reason they're showing up. I stopped showing up at debate coliseum. They'll eventually go away. And so let me just say it right now. I'm not going back to debate coliseum, trolls. Okay? Not going back there. So, you're wasting your time by hanging out there. Anyway, that is 1 hour. So, y'all hope.
Reverse psychology by the Von, because we all know he's going to be there in the near future.
Pleasant day and better tomorrow. Bye.
In fact, I anticipate a glorious meltdown in one of these epic arena things that G-Man's been hosting. We've been getting some good rage out of Von. Though the subject matter may be kind of boring, there's been nuggets, pearls, cast to the swine. And I think Von's working himself up for a confrontation. I think he's going to go in with both barrels blasting, and there's going to be a big showdown eventually. He won't stay away. But anyways, that's my prediction. Folks, thanks for joining. Like I said, unfortunately this Thursday I will not be able to do a Weirdo Wonderland. I have commitments for the next couple nights. But we'll keep our eyes open, our ear to the ground. If anything significant happens, I'll do my best to cover it. And hopefully we can do some streams next week. Thumbs up the video, all that good stuff. Thank you everybody for watching, participating. Have a good night.